Are we live? I think we're live. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to the retrospective of all retrospectives. Let's get into Tactics Ogre. And before we begin, there is something else I wanted to show y'all. It's in the Switch game, so I'm trying to get this working. Hold on. It seems the system has decided that I don't get to do this, huh? Okay, hold on. I think I can make this work. I just gotta copy and paste something else over, so give me a few seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, switching over to Tactics Ogre here, and it's still not showing up. Come on. Why? Why is this? Kikoman, hello, how's it going? It is Tactical Tuesday. It is the Tuesday of Tactics. Oh, it's not on, that's why. Here. There we go. Okay, let's go. I can see the screen. My thing is connected. I think we're fine. Alright. Can people hear this? No, because it's muted. How about now? Okay, I think we're good. Alright, yeah, so we're not playing the game today, we're talking about the game today, but there is something I want to show first, because look at this. Hold on. It's so cool. First of all, always save, even if even if you think you're completely done with the game and you're gonna come back to it only a fair amount of time later, you never know when you'll need that latest save. So always save. But yeah, before we get into it, I wanted to do this. Look at this. Look at this. I didn't see this until I finished the game. Has this always been accessible? Not this. Not this. The little screen at the end here. Hold on. Okay, alright. Finally. There we go. So if you go to gallery, there's like a whole freaking movie in here. Like, not a movie, but like it's a little cut screen type animation-ish thingy. It's really cute. Look at this. Look at this. Why do they not play this in the opening? I would love that. Look at how awesome, like even Vice looks awesome. This is a problem. Gildas and Murden. Our boys. Canopus, also my boy. And this also does like a really good job of explaining the plot. I guess it totally gives some things away, which is why it's not an opening, but definitely a great unlock. Here's the original sacking of, I think, Denim and Kachua's hometown. And we have the Chapter 1 decision. This gives you an entire recap of the game. Like, yeah, it's so cool. Denim deciding whether or not to commit mass genocide because he's been asked to. God damn it. And there's Nibeth. I guess we haven't defeated him yet, you know, he's still chilling out there somewhere. We beat him up at least twice, but that old man has not learned his lesson. Neither has this one. Lancelot of Tartaros is still chilling as well, I think. And there we go. That's it. That's Tactics Ogre Reborn right there. And what a game. What a game it is. I say myself that I had quite a bit of fun playing this. Let me switch over to the other mode and we can kind of start talking about it because, yo, there's so much to cover in here. Like, there's so much to cover. the entire game is, it spans, hold on, let me just lower this a little bit. Okay, can people hear me? Iron, hello, how's it going? Yeah, so the entire game covers a whole bunch of stuff, and I need to, wait, hold on, I think I need to just copy and paste this and then it'll work. Give me a second. The audio might cut off here for a bit, but that's okay. Okay, yeah, it just died, huh? That's okay. We pause this, put this in here, bam. There we go. That's this Tactics Ogre, and then toss that over here, okay. And then I need the audio too, I think, so let me just bring that in, and then, oh, I am visible, let's go. Give me a second. Should bring the audio back. And bam, okay, I think we're good. There we go, perfect. Okay, so ignoring Kachua's introduction, we're gonna go right to the timeline because the first thing I want to do is just introduction. Like, this is what the game is about. This is gonna be a spoiler-filled review of the game, obviously, so if you don't want spoilers, then, yeah, I guess you're on the wrong stream. But let's go into it. The nice thing about this game in particular, the reason I'm opening up the actual game itself is that since there's so much going on in this game, it gives you a pretty decent summary right here in the Warren Report, so I'm going to talk about the things that happened in this game as the Warren Report gives it to you. And, like, look at this. This tells you how long the game is. Like, holy shit, this is... Okay, that's Chapter 4. This is Chapter 3. And then we're scrolling all the way back, and now we're at Chapter 2. Finally, this is the beginning of the game at Chapter 1. And the first thing I wanted to do here is just rank the chapters. Like, I'm going to talk about what it is that happens in these chapters and what I thought about the story. So, story number 1. Topic. Story. Okay, so in Chapter 1 of Tactics Ogre, you start off, you play as Denim and Kachua, you meet these, and I guess Vice is there too. You meet these cool people, there's Lancelot the Good. He's a good guy named Lancelot versus the bad guy named Lancelot who killed Denim and Kachua's parents. But the good guy, yeah, he's chilling there, he's got some friends, one of them has wings and he's really awesome, his name is Canopus. And you're tasked with liberating this guy named Duke Runway, you're like, okay, sure. You free him, and he's like, alright, I want to start a revolution, I want to start a war, and we're gonna help our Wallister people. So let's all go off and let's incite a rebellion, and you're gonna go to Balmamusa, which is this really cool place, and there's like a bunch of people there, they're Wallister people just like you, and they're toiling in the soil, and all you must do is speak to them and say, hey, let us rise up against our Galgastani oppressors. So you're like, okay, that sounds good. So you head over there, and you talk to those people, and it turns out that they're kind of tired, TBH, and they don't actually want to rebel. So then Denim goes, wait, okay, like, what? Then now what? What am I supposed to do? I guess I just leave, right? But Leonard has another plan. You see, Leonard is a soldier who worked for Duke Ronway, the guy we just freed. And Leonard says, actually, Duke Ronway told me that what you really need to do is commit genocide. Like, just straight up kill them all, okay? And if we kill every last one of them, then the other Wallister throughout the entire nation will be like, wow, those Galgastani sure are evil. And then everybody will fight for us. And yeah, so this is their first choice. So, so as someone who came from a game like Triangle Strategy, I was both pleased and confused by this choice. In Triangle Strategy, the game does a good job of making the choices seem very equal. In this, there's no pretense of like, one of these is very, very moral and one of these is very, very amoral. I really preferred, I really preferred the moral one in this case. Like, I mean, there's like a good answer and a bad answer, I guess, right? Right? I mean, you don't want to kill all these innocent people. So I went for this one. I went for not killing the people. Turns out that they die anyways, actually. So Vice betrays you and kills them anyways. So they all die. But at least Denim didn't take part in it, right? And that marks the first choice of the game. So from up till there, that forms Chapter 1. And I can say, like, in Chapter 1, a decent amount happens. Like, it's pretty good. It introduces you to a whole bunch of new characters. You meet Lancelot's Knights. You meet a whole bunch of new people. And they're all pretty interesting people. They've all got, like, different storylines kind of connecting. You meet Sistina, for example. She's part of the Liberation Front, and you'll get to meet the rest of them later. As all of that happens, you finally make your, like, decision to end the chapter, and it seems like a proper first chapter. I would give the first chapter a solid, let's say, like, 3 out of 5. It does a good job of introducing people. The ending seems, like, a little contrived to me, because it's like, yeah, why wouldn't you choose the murder option? Right? But, like, I mean, I didn't, clearly, so I guess I guess it really does matter. In the end, I liked it. It was a good, interesting chapter. And like, it sets things up. You know what? I might even give it a 3.5. I'll move it up to 3.5. The second chapter here, so now, like, despite the fact that you didn't actually commit the murder, I guess nothing's changed. You're still being targeted by people and shit. Like, everybody's on your back here. So, this is fine, I guess. You battle through a whole bunch of people. It turns out that Vice has set up a trap for you. You're trying to get to Lancelot again, the good one. You're trying to, like, get on his good side. But then, by the time you do that, it turns out that he's already been captured, and a whole bunch of people have failed in their task. So, finally, at the end of here, you meet up with Leonor again. And Leonor says, yo, what's up? You remember when you said, like, don't commit mass genocides and stuff, and you, like, said no to us? You want to, like, commit some mass genocides now? And then, yeah, you can choose to either go with him or just say no again. And I said no again. In this chapter, also, like, a bunch of stuff that happens here makes a lot of sense. You find out a lot of stuff that happens to the Liberation Front. Saria is the leader of that. They're trying to do their own stuff. It gets decently complicated, which I am actually quite a fan of. Duke Runway is this character of sorts. He is a proponent of mass murder, which is not a good thing. And he starts the overall theme of the game. And the theme of the game, I would say in this case, it's something I've seen said multiple times. The theme of the game seems to me that it's kind of almost human greed and, like, human pride that causes a lot of these wars and weird shit that happens all across the lands of the Valerian Isles. And Duke Runway is one such guy. He's like your first instance of a lord who at first seems like a good man. You know, you freed him from the, like, I guess siege that was going on earlier. But yeah, he's straight up, he's down to freaking murder people now, so this is a problem. Everyone in this game is related to Old King loves genocide. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I mean, I guess he's got a point. Like, once again, he is saying that he wants to commit a small mass genocide of his own people, so that his people can rise up against the people that are oppressing them. But really, in the end, after, like, learning more about this guy and all of his motivations, it's kind of clear that he just wants more territory for himself. He doesn't seem to care too much about his people. He cares about his pride. And so yeah, he's the first ogre, I would say, in the game, Tactics Ogre. So it's interesting that the game kind of starts you off here, and has you choose multiple times whether you want to join him or not. Because that is kind of what it comes down to. And then, of course, there's Vice. So yeah, Vice casually lies in wait for Denim. You fight him again, and you can choose to, I think you can choose to 1v1 him. I think you can also choose not to 1v1 him. I chose to fight him one-on-one. Yeah, and it was pretty cool. I enjoy beating up Vice, so I'm a fan of that. Yeah, I give Chapter 2 a solid 3.5 out of 5 as well. Like, it does a good job of setting up the motives that go into the next chapter. Chapter 3 is the one that, like, okay, like, there's stuff happening here, but not as much stuff, and I really do think, like, all of these are kind of filler battles. Like, none of this really needed to happen. And I'll explain why. So at the first part, now you and your sister Kachua, so Denim and Kachua are kind of on the run, and the entire third chapter is spent in the Chaos route. By the way, this is one of the many routes of the game. I think there's 3 total routes. But yeah, so in the Chaos route, Denim and Kachua spend all of Chapter 3 essentially going, hey, I don't want to kill you, please stop attacking me. And other people show up and they're like, we want to kill you, we are going to attack you. And and Denim is like, listen, I'm literally just trying to, like, peacefully go past your lands. There's nothing I want more than to peacefully walk past without killing. And they're like, but we're gonna kill. And so they do it. Yeah, there's kind of nothing you can do about it, honestly. Which makes Chapter 3 a bit of a slog, honestly, I'll say. Like, I was going through this and I was like, dude, okay, first fight, random guys are after Denim's head and you have to kill him. Tom rolls, hello, how's it going? Second fight, random guys are after your head and you have to kill them. Third fight, random guys are after your head again. So it keeps happening. Zabos is this, like, enemy general. He works with Cressida and Nibet, so I guess he's kind of cool, but his face looks like this. Oh, I guess you can't see his face here. You can kind of see his face here. This is what his face looks like. He's an interesting guy. I think it looks vaguely like someone kicked him in the face, which is interesting because it relates to his personality of being kicked in the face. Yeah, I guess he's doing his best, TBH. Yeah, you beat him up. At some point, someone kidnaps... does he kidnap Kachua? I don't remember. Someone freaking kidnaps Kachua. And she's like, help, Denim, save me! So you go and rescue her, which is valid, you know, because she's actually your sister and you love her. And then a whole bunch of stuff happens here. This is basically just all people saying, hey, we want to kill you because we think you committed a massacre. And Denim is like, I did not freaking commit a massacre. This keeps happening. He's got the meanest mug, and I have to appreciate it. Good old Zabos. He's also a super hard fight. NGL, I have to give Chapter 3 credit for this exact fight. It was one of these two. It's either this one or the one over here. But like the Zabos fight is just insanely hard for no reason. Like the fights before it are all kind of like, yeah, okay, we're just chilling, we're killing people, it's all fine, we're being the most pacifist people we've ever been. And then suddenly, bam, this guy shows up, and this is the first level where enemy bosses start off with their cards fully stacked. I think he's got like 2+ attacks and 1+ crit or something insane like that. Yeah, it was fun. I don't think I game overed there. Maybe I did. But I don't think that was one of my 2 game overs. It was still difficult. I was like, holy shit, what is this? But yeah. And then, yeah, more stuff. I think you recruit probably Hoberim around here somewhere. And he's like, hello, I am a simple blind swordsman with no backstory whatsoever. What are you talking about? But yeah, then keep going. What is this? Oh yeah, and then so Vice freaking betrays Duke Ronway and goes over to the bad guys' side, like the actual bad guys, because there's multiple sets of bad guys here. He allies with the Bakram forces, which was quite fun. And then these random twins show up. Ozma and Oz, I think they're Dark Knights, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Okay. Ozma and Oz are Dark Knights. They've both got bright orange hair, and they're really freaking strong. They decimate all of Seria's forces, taking out the entire Liberation Front. They kidnap Denham's biological father? Yeah, biological father. Who Denham did not think was alive, by the way. And yeah, you have to go rescue him. You do that, but he dies anyways. Good times. And then Vice gets murdered. And that ends chapter 3. I mean, I guess you like also have to like go and beat up Phydock Castle or something, but like, I mean, this just marks the end of the mini war over there. And it also marks a great little plot point over here, which is that Kachua, after being kidnapped and rescued, decides all on her own. She's like, and I've complained about this on stream before. She's like, Denham, you've abandoned me. Denham, why would you do this? And Denham's like, dude, Kachua, I am trying to run away from people. Like, I am trying to do what you said and take the peaceful route out, but people just keep trying to kill me and there's nothing else about this. And she's like, I can never trust you. And so she runs away. And kind of, she also falls in with the Dark Knights. So at this point, let's just keep track. Okay, there's 3 main characters. There's Denham, Kachua, and Vice. Denham is the good guy. You play as him, okay? Like I mean, I guess he's not particularly morally good in some ways, but he's okay, he's good. And then there's Kachua, who has at this point joined the Dark Knights of Lotus. Like, they're Dark Knights, okay? They straight up murdered people. But this is fine, I guess. We're not gonna question that. I mean, she has a good reason. As you can see here, Lancelot is like, Kachua, you are the true biological daughter of King Dorgaliua, the guy who united the Isles. So simply join me and I will have you take your rightful place on the throne. And she's like, okay, that sounds cool. So she does it. Vice betrayed you like ages ago, so he's still betraying you. He's betraying you twice, actually, because he joins Duke Ronway, and then once you kill off Duke Ronway, he's like, shit, I got foiled. So he leaves to join the other bad guys, the Bakram. And so now he's trying to sell you out to the people who are allied with the Dark Knights. It's a good life. It doesn't work out for him, though. As I said, the chapter ends when we kill off Vice. So Vice dies. Great. Sounds good. All in all, I give chapter 3 like a 2.5 purely because so many cool things happen here. But I don't remember a lot of it purely because, I mean, like, I do remember it because it was cool, but, like, the first half of this chapter was not necessary. Like, none of this was necessary. I'm just saying right here. Like, I did not need to fight Zabos. None of these maps, these intermediate maps, are necessary. This is kind of, and by the way, don't get me wrong here. I have played many a strategy game. I have played the old games. Like, Shadow Dragon is a thing, okay? Shadow Dragon does this for, like, the entire game, and it's still one of my favorites. But I'm judging this game in terms of the fact that it's a remake of an old game. If this was a game made 15 years ago, I would be like, yo, great game, so many cool things happening. But this is a remake. They should have done stuff to make this a little bit less of a slog. Yeah, like, even the... So for example, I'm judging this as compared to... yes, this is a new remake. It was released last November, I want to say. So, like, I'm judging this compared to, like, Fire Emblem 15 versus, like, Fire Emblem 1. You know what I mean? Like, Fire Emblem 15 is a remake of Game 2. Game 2 was released... Yeah, exactly. It's a remake of a remake. But yeah, so I'm judging this compared to, like, Echoes, Shadows of Valentia, versus, like, Gaiden, right? If I were judging this related to Gaiden, I'd be like, holy shit, there's so much going on. But as you can see from when Fire Emblem remade their old games, they tend to clean up a lot of stuff. 15 has, like, a lot of different stuff that makes it a lot easier to go through the game. They cut out some of the stuff that wasn't necessary. They add a few more, like, you know, cool characters and shit to, like, make you more interested in certain parts of the story where nothing's really going on. The art is, you know, vastly improved. Like, they redrew everything. This game, it does some of that. But the thing is that the original game just had so much content in it that they couldn't cut all of it and remake all of it. And I understand that, so I'm gonna go a little easy. Still a 2.5. Half out of 5, okay? Like, there's no reason for any of the first half of this to happen. The game could have skipped right here to Ronway's ploy, and it would have been the exact same chapter. And then the rest of this is important, actually. So, like, fine. Anyways, now with Denim's father telling you, oh, Denim, you must, oh wait, actually, hold on. Oh, Denim, Kachua is not your biological sister. She actually is the daughter of the old king, but like, you know, like a bastard kid and all that, so like not actually technically supposed to cede the throne. But then again, the king is dead, so like what is he gonna say about it? So technically she can take the throne. And Denim's like, oh sweet, okay, that sounds cool. It's a pity that she's on the bad side now. So that begins chapter 4. Denim becomes the leader of the resistance and gains a cool new headband. I'm very cool with that. I freaking love that. Oh wait, this is when the father-daughter conversation happens. Never mind, that doesn't even happen in chapter 3. Like, I can't even include that in my ranking for chapter 3. Whatever. We also find, oh yeah, we find out that all of these girls, Sistina, Saria, Sherry, and Olivia, are the daughters of Archsage Meriva, I want to say? No, it's like Arcurius Meriva. And yeah, they're all really magical and cool. I have all 4 of them and I'm happy. I like that. Yeah, now you can see like a ton of shit is happening. And this is why chapter 4 gets a solid 4.5 out of 5, maybe even a 4 out of 5. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5 for now. Chapter 4 gets a 4 out of 5 just for, okay, but 4.25. I'm giving it a 4.25 because look at all of this. Look at this. We start from here. All of this is chapter 4. And here's the thing, all of this is necessary. Like, including the stuff on the side here. Like, see all this stuff below? Okay, not that stuff. That stuff is not necessary. We're going to talk about that later. But this stuff, this is all also necessary. Super good. So, like, really, really amazing shit happening in Chapter 4. I really wish the first half of the game was a lot shorter to make up for it, okay? Like, this could have been the whole game and I would have been very pleased. And don't get me wrong, I love the story moments going on in the first half as well. But there's just no need for any of these intermediate maps. And it's got, like, Shadow Dragon Syndrome, which is that, like, very cool things are happening, not enough emotional impact is given to them because you're always doing some random side map in the middle. And, like, once again, Shadow Dragon is one of my favorite games, so I really can't be mad at it. But, like, this is the thing that kind of pisses me off. It's such a good game, though. I really, really enjoyed all of this. The side stories were brilliant. Azulstan is cool. Cressida and Nybeth are interesting and psychotic, vice versa. No, wait. Yeah, no, that was the right order. Interesting and psychotic, respectively. I don't actually have Oceone, but she looks awesome. Bunch of cool stuff happening here. So yeah, we've got all the daughters recruited. Actually, wait. Now we have all the daughters recruited. That happened at Sherry's Sorrow. We go through a whole bunch of more random battles, but some of these are actually very necessary. I think we beat up... Do we beat up Lancelot here? No, we don't. That happens later. Okay, we beat up Lancelot right here. Wait, this one. Yeah, there we go. We beat up Lancelot here, and we get Kachua back, right? And here's where I think there's another set of choices. Technically, I looked up the choice to make the right one here because I wanted to keep Kachua, but it's basically a 3/4 probability that you end up with Lord Denim, and I'm assuming Kachua just, like, offs herself or something? Like, you can tell me, by the way. You can tell me what happens now. What happens? What happens if you don't choose this? I don't know. Does she just kill herself or something? That would kind of suck. But I mean, Vice is dead already, so question mark. Anyways, did she actually commit suicide? Freaking that's what I thought. That sucks. That's terrible. Okay, well, anyways. Yeah, so then you go on in here. She can also die in the battles? Oh, I kept her alive in the battle? Wait, did I kill her in the battle? Freak, I don't remember. Something happens for sure. But I picked the right choices. I looked it up because I wanted to keep Kachua alive. She's our sister in the end, man. Like, you gotta forgive some people for their bad decisions. And you just gotta go for it. She takes that one streamer's advice. Shit, I hope there's no streamers advocating suicide. By the way, I just want to clarify that, please. I'm not advocating anything. I kept her alive for good reason. Thank you. Yes, the other thing I will be talking about when I do overall story is that, yes, good point, Tom Rules. I'm gonna get back to that. But yeah, so we go through a whole bunch more stuff. The Dark Knights have their own problems. They split up. They form 2 separate groups now. There's, like, the Lancelot crew and, like, the Martim plus others crew. Yeah, one of them is like, okay, we're done. Lancelot is like, okay, we're done. We're going back to Lotus. Okay, that's it. We failed, whatever. And the second group is like, actually, no, I'm gonna go break into Dorgalia's tomb and, like, do a bunch of shit. And so they beat up Lancelot the Bad. and they steal the sword of the Zenobians, like the big sword. What's it called again? Brynhildr, yeah, something like that. And they take it to the tomb, and that leads the entire Hanging Gardens arc. That was really cool. This was such a cool final fight. Huge Radiant Dawn vibes from here. I was really feeling the Radiant Dawnness. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. We're going up the tower. There's like a bunch of shit happening. This is awesome. And then you get to the end, and it's like this cool circular battlefield at the top of a tower with this random bad guy in the middle that summons attacks that go across the entire field and just destroy people. And they're both magic and physical damage. Like, it's perfect. It's basically just the Radiant Dawn final fight. But it was really, really well done. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I also like the fact that Martim and Barbas are just there, like, trying to open the gate. Like, dude, you're not the final boss, get out of here. But yeah, so good times. I loved the 5v2 fight there, actually. That was also a really fun fight. And yeah, I did not do Coda, so I can't really talk about it, but I did recruit Canopus' sister, and she's awesome too. I have one gripe about that, which is that Luria should have freaking been, or like, one of them should have been like, hey, actually, we're friends, you don't need to kill her. But like, no one does that, so there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, as I said, Chapter 4, really, really cool. Yeah, 4.25. 4.25 for Chapter 4. Which leads us to like an overall score of about like 3.5-ish, 3.25-ish, I would say. And that's the thing, right? I really, really liked Tactics Ogre. This was such a fun game, but it's bogged down, and here's the thing. This is now, the second topic is overall story now. Now let me just change this thing. Overall story. I really liked this game. This was such a fun game, but the choices in the story are kind of not intuitive. And when they are intuitive, they're oddly, I would say even simplistic. And that makes sense, because this is a game from quite a while ago. Like, I don't expect the nuance of, like, triangle strategy here, right? But, like, if you're choosing between murdering an entire group of people and not murdering an entire group of people, it feels like most people are gonna take the side of not murdering the entire group of people. And then you get punished for it anyways, because the rest of the entire game is spent until Chapter 4. Until Chapter 4, all of Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 are spent with random NPCs across the continent being like, you killed all those people. And I'm like, no, I didn't. That was, like, I literally made that choice. So my question is, if I had done this the other way, what would have happened? To me, it seems like it would have been exactly the same thing, except with the power and forces of Leonard on my side. Like, holy shit, I want Ronway and Leonard on my side. Heck, apparently I get to keep Ravnus if I choose to murder those people? That's weird ass, because, like, Ravnus doesn't want those people to get murdered. You would expect that if you want to keep a character like Ravnus, you'd have to make the decision that they like. But what happens instead is, if you choose to kill all those people, Ravnus fights with you, and then she gets shot by Vice and then dies, right? Like, I'm just assuming that's what's happened. But, like, I guess maybe if you don't do that and you, like, just decide to kill everyone, then I don't know, maybe Ravnus doesn't fight against you? Did she just join you? I don't know, I have no idea. But it's interesting how that works. Comparing it to a game like Triangle Strategy does kind of put it at, like, a downside there, in terms of just, like, pure, like, I guess, choices. You know, like, what you can do with your choices is vastly limited in a game like this. That said, I give it, like, 100% points for just, like, amount of content. Like, sheer amount of content is insane. Like, I've been playing this game for quite a bit now, and I've barely scratched the surface of all the lore that's going on in this game. It's absolutely brilliant, and so someone like me, like, I freaking love lore, okay? Like, I'm here for the lore. I really want to know more about all of this. I wish there was some way to do it that wasn't so grindy, because, like, I would definitely play this game. Like, if I just had maybe, like, some way of, like, I don't know, breezing through the Palace of the Dead, if there was something like a fast forward button that takes you through an entire battle, I would love that. Because at this point, what I have to do is just put AI on my units. Like, I've built them up pretty well. I did this for, like, the last 2 shrines, and I did this for the Uria fight right up until the end. I want to be able to, like, skip an entire battle with this, because otherwise it takes too long. I have to just sit there and, like, put my units and wait, like, an hour or 2. And that's not fun, you know? It's just kind of nothing I'm doing there. So, that's kind of my gripe with it. But I really loved the way that the story is planned out in terms of the actual story. I just wished it happened faster. So that's my gripes on the story. Let's get to the fun stuff. Let's get to the fun other stuff, which is... Hold on. The characters. Yeah, any other, by the way, the reason I'm doing this live, one of the reasons I do this live is because I do enjoy... I'm gonna talk for, like, quite a while. I always have things to say, don't worry. But if you have any thoughts, comments, etc., please do post them. I do enjoy it. Yeah, and totally, like, about the freaking grind level, it's just like, not really worth. Alright, next topic. Characters. So here I have, like, a little rating thingy. Wait, let me pull it up. Dun-dun-dun. Let's just put this on and then turn that off. No, this is just Lunarum. Also, look at this artwork. It's so cool. I'm such a fan. Yeah, I love it. Okay, here? No, wait. Here. There we go. Here's our tier list. Okay, so this is a tier list maker right here. Y'all are probably familiar with this if you've seen some of these other ones. And I'm going to be ranking these characters based on two separate things. I'll do them one by one. First is just going to be like how much like their personality jives with me. Like this is my character ranking. It is based purely on characters and not on units. So like this is how much I like the person, not how much I think they're strong, etc., etc. Okay, and with that, I also want to say, oh, okay, all right. I also want to say this is completely subjective. You may or may not agree with many of these rankings. Some of these are going to be extremely subjective. Don't you worry about it. But that's kind of the fun of this. So here, we have special. That's not special. Special. Awesome. Basic. Can't stand them. Why? I don't even know why we have this. Actually, this is gonna be like a don't know them. This is like a final tier for just people I don't actually remember. And like there's gonna be a decent number of people that go in here. Yes, I do also want to say that. Thanks, Cher, for actually pointing that out. Another disclaimer, I have only seen the Chaos route. So I probably don't know a lot about some of these characters. Vice and Leonor in particular, yeah, that's true. I kind of just said no to them whenever they asked me to join, so I probably don't know a lot about them. That said, I'm still gonna rate them based on what I know, because I think the choices I made are probably, like, I don't want to say this for sure. I feel like I made the majority choice in both cases, right? Like, I would assume, I don't know about the second one, but in the first one, I feel like the majority choice is probably gonna be to not murder the entire, like, group of people. And in the second one, I feel like the majority choice is to not go back with the murderers. So in that case, I would assume that most people playing this game one time, when I say most, I just mean more than 50%. More than 50% of the people playing this game for the first time may end up on a route like this. Even if not, even if it's equal, it's still about 30% of people who are ending up on like the first route like this, and this would be like kind of one person's first impression of a bunch of characters. Okay, that said, let's go. Where are we starting? Let's start with the main character. Where's Denim? Chaos is by far the most common. Yeah. And then neutral, I can see why that would be underplayed, because if you said no to the murderers the first time, it takes a little to say, okay, actually, yeah, I'm gonna, like, join back with you. It's all fine. But it's interesting. I wish I could just go back and play all of these routes. Like, I really want to know what happens, but whatever. I'm gonna do it sometime. Someday. Speaking of, here's Denim. Denim is so cool. He goes straight to special. I love how they wrote Denim. And he's very much, okay, he's kind of like a Serenoa. I'd say he's better than a Serenoa, actually. Like, I hate to do it to my favorite game, Triangle Strategy, but NGL, they put so much effort into making Denim a really good character. The way that he kind of grows from, like, a sort of innocent, naive kid who's told that he has to, like, go massacre a village of people. He makes his way into, like, you know, I guess, making deals with a whole bunch of people. It doesn't work out, sometimes it does. By the end, he's the leader of the resistance. Then he's the leader of the entire Wallister army. He successfully launches multiple different assaults and, you know, defeats the Dark God at the end. So I gotta give him credit for that. Quite nice. Love that. I'm all for it. Alright, should we just go kind of in order of here from there on? Pizzicato5, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. This guy is Fulkert, right? I benched Fulkert immediately, frick. He's kind of cool, right? You save him, and then he asks you to save Bayan, and then you both save Sistina, right? I feel like that's what happened. Yeah, I don't know anything more than I really don't know anything more than that. He's in basic purely because, like, playing the game one time... Remember, all of this is tempered by me only playing the game once, okay? Like, for example, Triangle Strategy, I played the game twice, and my opinions on characters changed drastically. So, I gotta give this guy credit for whatever he might have hiding behind him. I don't know it. He gets basic tier. Okay. Holy shit, I love Lancelot so much. I'm putting him above Denim. Because this is the guy, like, pretty much all of Lancelot's crew. I said this multiple times during my stream as well. When I was playing this game, I was way more invested in Lancelot the Good and his little crew of 5 people. Way more invested than in Denim and Vice and Katua. And that's not Denim's fault. It's kind of Vice and Katua's fault. And I also kind of, okay, here's kind of why, okay? I tend to like, and maybe I can also say that these characters tend to be more popular in general, people who can kind of like banter with each other a little. You know, you gotta have some personality to show through. And the problem with Denim is that his 2 friends are Vice and Katua. Katua he can't really banter with because Katua would take offense to it. And Vice he can't really banter with because Vice would think it as a freaking insult and like decide to kill him or something. Like Vice is unstable as frick. So what is Denim left to do, right? There's kind of no one he can talk to. Other than, I guess, Canopus, who was part of the crew to begin with. So the fact that, you know, this random group of 5 people shows up right at the first chapter and then proceeds to just casually like weave in and out of the story, I was like, damn it, give me more of these people. And yes, I know that the prequel is all about them or something. I think Knights of Lotus is maybe about them. I'm not sure. I do know that they're from a previous game and that they maybe even have another game afterwards or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I found them very interesting. And I could kind of tell out that I could tell that they were more fleshed out, which I really liked. So yeah, I'm tossing all these people in here. Canopus just goes straight to the top, even above Lancelot the Good, purely because he's so cool. Dude, he's like Tibarn but young and hot-headed. Like, that's amazing. And I love Tibarn, so, you know, I'm kind of biased. But yeah, I gotta say, I really, really enjoyed having Canopus there. Canopus, because Denim is surrounded by complete head cases, thank you, Cher, I agree. Because Denim is surrounded by absolute nutcases for most of the time, Canopus provides both the voice of reason and the chaoticness that most of this game really needed. Like, anytime Canopus says something, it's pretty much a breath of fresh air. That's why he's the Windcaller. So, brilliant, I love him, he's so cool. Gildas and Myrddin have to be ranked the same, because they're like the same person. That's not Gildas, that's Leonard. Get back here. Gildas and Myrddin, they're not actually the same people. They have different likes and dislikes, yeah. But, like, I mean, as far as you can see from one playthrough of the game, plus Iria's route at the end, yeah, they don't do too much apart from each other. I will say that all of Lancelot's gang gets one little minus point for knowing a whole bunch of stuff about the world and, like, not telling Denim. Like, there's a scene where, I think this happens in, like, halfway through chapter 4, where they get Warren back, and then Warren is like, listen, Denim, I must tell you something. All of us from Zenobia, we came here for a reason. We're looking for this sword, and this sword called Brynhildr is really cool, and it was given to us by the gods to stop the ogres. Like, not us, but, like, you know, humans. And then if somebody could use it to, like, do a whole bunch of bad stuff if they have it, and the Dark Knights have it, and that's a problem. And, like, bro, Canopus knew that. Canopus could have told us that, like, when we needed it back in, like, chapter 2. Like, it would have helped to know this information. So, like, my question is, Canopus, Gildas, Myrddin, why? Why are you keeping this info from us, my guy? There's no reason for this. Suspicious. But yeah, I really did love the in-battle conversations, though. Like, when the Dark Knights show up, anytime the Dark Knights show up, these guys throw shade at them, and it's really funny. So I love that. I'm done. This is Warren, right? Okay, my question with Warren is this. It's called the Warren Report, right? Like, the little thingy that tells you info about the game is called the Warren Report. Then why is Warren, like, incapacitated for most of the game? Like, is he reporting? Who's giving us the Warren Report if it's not Warren? If you're Warren and he's Warren and you're Warren, then who's flying this plane, is my question. So, yeah, I don't actually know. I'm confused. But Warren is still S tier. He gets one, actually, he goes down. He's below Denim, but he's still pretty cool. I was interested in all of these guys. I wish we had more of them. Okay, Ravnus. Really awesome. We are all Warren. On this day, we are all Warren. But yeah, Ravnus is pretty awesome. I really liked what I saw of her character. Obviously, she dies at the end of chapter 1 for me, and I did not get to recruit that, so kind of sucks. But yeah, I mean, she was really cool. She spoke up against the murders, which gives her points. Did she have something going on with Leonard? That's kind of what I felt. I felt like maybe Ravnus and Leonard could have had something. But, like, you know, one of them is an advocate for murder and the other one isn't. And that kind of puts a damper on things usually. Like, I'm just saying, you know, if you're gonna get with a guy and the guy's like, yeah, let's go kill this innocent group of villagers, and you're like, it's a little sketch, man. But yeah. Oh, so there's no answer for the Warren thing? Okay, that's fair. him being a Starseer may have something to do with it. Oh, you know what? Warren gets 1 bonus point. I'm not going to actually reflect that in this thing, but he gets 1 bonus point for having the class Starseer, because Starseer is one of the special classes from Octopath 1. So I just thought it was really funny. Obviously, he had it first. So, like, wow, congrats, Warren. You're the first Starseer. I appreciate. Top tier. Yeah, I guess maybe he's, like projecting his view. But, like, okay, if he's not there to project the views or whatever, like, he's incapacitated. So who's doing the Starseeing? I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't tell. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this in my overall story gripe. Frick. Okay, well, real quick little intersection back to overall story. There's a whole bunch of, like, minor characters, like, extremely minor generic units that actually just don't, like, you know, have any names or anything, but they do important stuff. Like, there's a guy who, like, comes back and he's like, I was sent to infiltrate the Heim, like, monarchy or something, and I've come back with good information, and here, I can tell you all of this stuff. Yeah, the spy, his name is, like, he's called Shadow, because he's, like, the Shadow. Like, bruh, who is that? Make them a playable character or something, my guy, because, like, I'm interested in this dude. Like, you're giving random story moments to, like, these cool-ass characters, and then you're not letting me interact with them at all, which kind of sucks. So, yeah, that's another thing I kind of wanted to put in there. Alright, this is Leonard. He promotes genocide, but, like, he's got a decent reason for doing it, and, like, it's not like I haven't genocided things. Is he French, the Shadow guy, or Leonard? Yeah, honestly, either of them could be French. Okay. Here. Okay-ish tier. I mean, he's cool, I guess. He's got a reason. Maybe he's at the top. I don't know. Okay, we'll find out. We'll find out. Alright, and then, okay, this is Saria. I actually really like Saria's character. Very cool. The spy? I don't know, because they don't tell you anything about him. The game just goes like, here, this is a random generic unit. He doesn't even have his own portrait. He's just here to give you information. But he's cool, though. Okay, this is Saria. She's the leader of the Resistance. She's actually a really awesome character. I really am. You know what? I'm putting her above Ravnus. Like, freaking Saria as a character, having, like, a strong woman character in a game from freaking 19 whatever the frick, that's really cool. Or maybe 2000 something. I don't actually know. But yeah, like, that's really awesome. I love having, like, my cool warrior women leading the Resistance, etc. She does kind of get the entire Liberation Front killed, except for herself. It wasn't really her fault, TBH. 1995, okay, thank you. That sounds about right, actually, considering the ages in which Fire Emblem games were coming out. Actually, yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, so, yeah, she's pretty awesome. Is she the oldest of the Forena sisters? I kind of expected that she was the oldest. Maybe she isn't, I'm not sure. Cecina seemed like the youngest to me, which, by the way, let's put Cecina in here. Kind of like Saria, but hot-headed. I'm a fan of that. And she's pretty awesome. Who's this? This is Sherry. Ooh, kind of like Saria, but dark. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, see, there's Sistina, and then there's badass Sistina, and then there's evil Sistina, and then there's chill Sistina. They come in all colors. In fact, here, let's do this. Wait, Olivia's youngest? Whoa, I didn't know that. I had no idea. Sistina definitely acts the youngest. Yeah, I would have put Olivia at second. And Sherry at third and Sistine at last. Weird. Having a good retrospective? I sure am. I have so much to rant about this game. I've been ranting about this game on stream. I'm gonna rant more. But yeah, look at all of these. Look at all of these. Wait, actually? Wait, we did it. We completed the 6 elements. We completed the 6 elements. This is the light Sistina and this is the dark Sistina. We're good. I think that Ravnus and Cressida deserve a position as one of the Forena sisters. Oh yeah, Erend and your bias against Sistina. God damn it. What's the name of the guy who suggests genocide? That's this dude. His name is Leonard. He's kind of French too. They're all French. Wait, who's this? Who the heck is this? Someone tell me. Yeah, I literally have no idea. This is Donalto, isn't it? I benched Donalto immediately and never talked to him again, so I guess he's okay-ish. Here, wait, let me put a separate tier for, wait. Add a row below? There we go. Let's make it like greenish, I guess. That's the priestess you saved. Oh, in the Cressida route. Yeah. Oh, She doesn't do anything. Does she do anything? Is she recruitable? She didn't freaking get recruited. She's like kind of like she's the anti-Arcel. Yes, the point of Olivia's character, she's the only one who didn't. Yeah, I actually really like that. Cher, you're influencing me here. I appreciated that. She's also supposed to be the canon denim ship, right? Okay, she gets top tier in the Farina sisters. Wait, no, I still like Saria more as a character. Not recruitable on Chaos Route. Ah, damn it. That's my other gripe with this game. Why are all the characters only recruitable on like random ass routes? I'm freaking locking people behind recruitment. I mean, it's fair. It makes a lot of sense, but like there's so many of them. That's cool though. She goes in OKH purely because I don't know her. Actually, you know what? If she's recruitable on a different route, no, don't know it. I'm reserving this tier for people I actually don't know. Like I literally can't remember them. You know what? I couldn't remember her. She goes in that tier. Okay, Cressida is actually not here. I'm gonna rate her later. Okay. Is Sherry better than Ravnus? Is Sistina better than Ravnus? I don't know Ravnus enough. Yeah, okay, this is enough. Aricel. I actually really liked Aricel's. Oh, wait a minute. No, I remember now. Aricel has a thing with Leonard. I'm totally right about that. Yeah. There's like a whole scene with Aricel. Oh, the music stopped. Has the music just been off this entire time? God damn it, guys. I didn't even notice. Here, we'll put it louder. Can people hear this? No? Maybe not. She has an interesting moment in neutral. You mean Olivia? Or do you mean the other girl? What's her name? This one. You can hear, but it's quiet. Okay, let me put it a lot louder then. That's strange. Okay. I'll put some different music. There we go. That was a little too loud now. Yeah, okay. Turn it down. There. Top tier. Okay, hopefully this is like about a good volume. It looks good to me. Put it down a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Oelias? That sounds right to me. Yes. I don't know her, but that's cool. At least she gets interesting moments in other routes. Yeah, Aricel has a thing for Leonard. I remember this. She's like Leonard's husband or something? And we totally killed Leonard and didn't even bring her to the fight because it was a 1v1. Yeah, she was actually really cool. I love the fact that she takes justice into her own hands. She hears the rumors about Denim and goes like, yo, Denim's a murderer and we're gonna kill him. Like, that's cool. I like that. If only she knew that Leonard was the murderer too. Does she know that? I'm not sure. But the way that she acts with it, and then like after Vice gives away the whole plot, which is Vice freaking shows up. Vice shows up and Vice is like, ha ha ha, it turns out that I was the one who killed all of those people at Baba Musa, and you, Aricel, wait, no, not Aricel, you, Denim, were actually completely innocent, wah ha 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 ha. And Aricel's like, oh, so like it wasn't Denim then. And Vice is like, frick, maybe I shouldn't have revealed that. But like, Vice, what are you doing? Anyways, that's to Aricel's benefit. She believes Denim in the end and trusts him, which is pretty cool. Work with the group that killed your husband. Yeah, I mean, she does though. she doesn't care. She's like, yeah, whatever. Because I skipped the conversation, that's why she doesn't care. I'm sure she would care if, you know, the conversation was there. Meanwhile, Hoberim. Hoberim, my guy. I love him so much. You know what? Hoberim by himself is just so interesting. He goes all the way up here. Right from the beginning, Blind Swordsman is such a cool trope. It's a trope, but it's such a cool one. So I was like, ooh, damn, you know, you get to rescue him from a snow level, that's cool, you know, none of these, like, fancy choices, just rescue him, he gets to join your army, and then you find out later that he's a spy, and you're like, oh shit, my guy is a spy for the Dark Knights, what the frick, man, I trusted you. But he's like, wait, no, I'm not actually a spy, I'm a double spy. I was a spy for the Dark Knights, but it's their fault that I was blinded. They plucked my eyes out because they accused me of a crime I did not commit. Now I'm joining your side. So, like, I'm giving them false information. It's completely fine. Trust me. And then you trust him, and it's so good. Holy shit, I loved Hoberib is awesome. He's so cool. Tadalto tries to convince her of Leonard's wrongdoings. You would have heard that if you hadn't benched him straight. Listen, it's all good. Yeah, I totally should have probably kept Donalto in there. Wait, okay, so it tries to convince Aricel of Leonard's wrongdoings, huh? That's pretty awesome. Okay. The thing is, though, I also didn't bring Aricel to the fight. I did the 1v1 versus Leonard, so I probably would have missed it anyways, I'm assuming. Kinda sucks. Many good characters were benched in the infantry. The tragedy of Donalto. That's the other problem with this game, is the generics. Like, I talked about this before already, so I will only say it in one sentence. But essentially, there's so many generics, and many of them are kind of good. Like, some of them are kind of, I mean, they're not better than, like, the actual units, but in a game where you're supposed to grind to train anybody up, yeah, I don't know, I just kind of preferred using a generic sometimes. I was like, wait, this is fine. Like, Folkert, I had to specifically reswap into a different class to make him useful. Just so I could bring him to the final battle. Because, like, why not, you know? Who is this? Whomst. Wait. Whomst is this? Here, let's zoom in. I have no idea. Okay, I don't know him. Law only character, nice. This is Oceon. I also don't have her. I did the whole route where she joins, and because I'm playing Chaos route, she's like, you disgust me, and leaves. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay, then. That's fine. Cressida. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Where are we putting Cressida? Actually, Hoperim goes above, because we didn't get enough of Lancelot. Could have done more. Cressida's so cool. Once again, top tier character. I'm very sad that you only get these characters near the end. Like, all my faves come at the end, and it just really sucks. But, yeah, Cressida, that's true, actually. All of these are guys, huh? Whoops. Well, that's okay. I don't really look at gender usually when I'm thinking about a character. But yeah, Cressida, very, very cool. I wish I could recruit Hector. Is Hector in here? Hector's not in here. Does that mean he's not recruitable? Damn, you can tell me this stuff. Is Hector just not recruitable? Whatever. Okay, so there's this there's this guy named Hector. He's Cressida's brother-in-law. Yeah, brother-in-law. Cressida also had a mother and a sister. And I say had in the past tense because all of them died to Denham's army. Because she's obviously trying to help out her father, Nybeth, do his necromancy experiments. But all in all, in the background, she's thinking to herself, yo, what the frick? Why are we doing this? And then Nybeth is like, what do you mean, why are we doing this? It's because science and cool, and we get to bring people back to life, and I will achieve the, probably, like, I don't know, some type of immortality is what he's looking for, I'm assuming. But yeah, like, pretty awesome stuff, you know? Like, let's do it. And Cressida's like, wait, I think this is a little bit immoral. Like, you seem to be taking people that I actually care about and bringing them back to life as zombies. And Nybeth is like, oh, really? Well, I'll do it to you too, and tries to kill Cressida. That's really cool. So she decides to betray her family, I guess, after most of them are dead, and then join us. That's awesome. Hector is there, I think. Really? He's too stubbornly principled to ever join a Wallister? Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Institutionalized racism. I don't see Hector in here. I remember what he looks like. None of these look like a Hector to me. If you can point him out, then that's fine. Does he look different? Somehow? I don't know. Doesn't look like it to me. Okay, there's some not recruitables there too. That's true, yeah. I'm assuming, like... Actually, can you freaking recruit Tartaros? Tartaros is in here. That's really funny. Okay, anyways. What else? They changed his portrait in Reborn. Yeah, but these are the Reborn portraits. And I remember his Reborn portrait because I've only played Reborn. The knight in the first row is Hector? Whomst? This? Left of Branton. Yeah, this? What? This is Hector? Isn't this the generic knight symbol? It does say Hector on the image. You are right. I wasn't zoomed in enough, because when it zooms in for you, it doesn't zoom in for me. Oh. Well, shit, you're right. Okay, alright. Heck. Let's put the Hector up here. He goes like... He's somewhere in here. Above or below Sistina? He has a different sprite in other routes, or actually, what? He just puts on a helmet in the other routes. He's like, frick you, I'm not wearing red armor anymore. Okay, sure, I guess that's fine. I'll put him below Sistina. Actually, no. Let's keep the sisters together. Above Sistina, below. We have conflicting opinions in chat. Looks like we need the scales of conviction. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna keep Hector down here. I really appreciated his character. The fact that he's so, like, staunchly loyal to the Galgastani forces makes a lot of sense. Makes a little bit less sense when you're on the losing side and necromancy is being practiced by your leader, but that's okay. It makes sense for him. And, I mean, he sees all of it as, like, a means to an end, which is that he wants his own people to survive. That's really cool. And he specifically actually wants Cressida to live, despite the fact that his own wife is dead, or fiance, question mark. Yeah, he's like, you know, my fiance's sister is a good person. Please keep Cressida alive. That's really cute. I like it. So, yeah. I wish he was recruitable. If he's not, that sucks. Azelstan. Yeah. Where are we putting Azelstan? He's so cool. He's so freaking cool. He's like near the top. I love pirates. I love pirates, and I love characters who are like, you know, kind of a little bit roguish, but like good people, you know, like, but like not edgy. Like, he's not edgy at all, you know. I can't deal with the edge. It's gotta be like some good mix of them. maybe below Hoberim, because he isn't as story relevant as the other three. Like, these guys they're top tier because they're freaking story relevant, I guess. I mean, so is Lancelot. But you don't get enough of him. Okay, yeah, Athelstan goes here. Athelstan is awesome because he has a gun. And like what? Why do you have a gun? This is a fantasy game. No, I'm kidding. He's got this great storyline. He's like kind of done with everything. This young mute girl ends up kind of like thinking of him as a father almost, it seems. Like she hangs around him all the time and doesn't say anything. And he's like, get out of here, scamp, but she never does. And then people kill her, which forces him to go off and join the world again, essentially, and fight on your side. And then it turns out he has cancer, so he dies anyways at the end of the route, but at least he did something with the end of his life, and he's very proud of the decisions he made, and he thinks he's lived a long, good life, and he tells you to bury him at sea because he's an honorable pirate. That's so cool! So yeah, I love him. He's so cool. This is Lyndall, and like, I can't not like, where do I put Lyndall? I'm just gonna, wait, hold on. Meme. Meme tier. Yeah. Lyndall is cool because he has a gun and his name is Lyndall. But honestly, like, all jokes aside, he's also a very cool character. I would put him in special tier anyways because it's very cool what he does. He's trying to, like, he's got a deal with the Dark Knights that he's gonna go, like, do some salvaging operation and get some guns from below. And then, like, I guess repair them and give the guns to the Dark Knights. And the Dark Knights are like, alright, so where's our guns? And he's like, what guns? Ha ha ha, I didn't find any guns. And they're like, bruh, you found some guns. We know. Like, we know there were guns there. And and Lyndall's like, no, there were no guns. What are you talking about? And then Denim shows up and he's like, help, some guy's trying to rob me of guns I don't have. And Denim's like, okay, yeah, I guess we're gonna help with that. So that's pretty cool. I liked it. Yeah, I'm down. I like Lyndall a lot. Yuria, I did not use her in any battle, but she's a cool character. I mean, I don't know anything about her, so she goes in basic, but she's Canopus' sister, so she goes at the top of basic immediately. Athelstan's story gives you the greatest sense of the overall effects of the war. That's true. That's true. You see things from more of, almost like, I guess, like a commoner's side? He's not a commoner, but it does show sort of what the people are dealing with because of the war, and that really nails the point home that, you know, the entire game has been throwing at you multiple times, which is like, the war is a bad thing, and you should try not to. Did I recruit her? Yes, I did recruit her. Yeah, it wasn't too bad of a battle, honestly. Like, it was, I kind of just put AI for, like, all of the fights up until the last one. The last one was only troublesome because I tried recruiting the Divine Knights at the end, but they weren't recruitable at all, like the Divine Knights, for some reason. Like, I straight up, I did the whole thing HP minus and then got, like, my person with Divine Recruitable over to them. And yeah, I still couldn't recruit. I don't know why. If anyone knows, actually, let me know. Because I tried my best and it didn't work. Alright, what else? Who's this? Whomst. They don't have a name or anything. I don't know who this is. I'm assuming I don't have them. Have I forgotten somebody that I shouldn't? I like his headband too, actually. He's got a headband. Immediate S tier. He's a guy you get in Palace of the Dead. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, I actually don't know who this is either. I feel like I should, though. Have I fought this guy before? Yeah, tell me if these are people I've fought before. Like, this is Gamp. I know Beastmaster Gamp. Oh, he's at POTD. This one? I don't actually know. Okay, we're gonna just bench him. This is Gamp. How do I rate Gamp's character? How the frick oh, you're right. Yeah, I think he's a boss you fight when you're in the Oleus. Oleus. You like Beastmaster Gamp? How? He loves he loves his birds, but I don't love his birds. I hate his birds with a burning passion. Hate. Why? Did I recruit him? No. I know he's recruitable. Frick him. Frick him and his chickens. And I say this because you see this little thing over here with the 2 game overs at the bottom. I think either one or both of those were to Gamp. Like, I did not fail the final boss. I did not fail any of the other fights. No incap, no death. I failed Gamp. I hate him. I hate him so much. Frick him and his 4 chickens. That's too many chickens. Nobody needs that many chickens anyways. I say with my own... Yeah, the volcano map. That was Gamp. I hate that Gamp volcano map so much. God damn it. You're right, though. NGO. Okay, also, I'm just gonna turn this a different color. Blue, I guess. Let's make this gray. Yeah, the Mario death is appropriate. Because, hey, you know, that's what we're doing here. We're playing the game. Okay, here. Now it's actually properly rainbow ordered. Okay, who's this? Is this Zay? No, wait, no, it's not. Whomst. I don't know. Don't know them. Okay, this is Brent and Morn. Yeah, I can't think of a single good thing this guy has done. Oh, Zapan. He's like another Beastmaster, isn't he? He's like a worse Beastmaster. You fight him first. Wait, no, is he the guy who wanted to rape Kachua? I think he's the guy who wanted to rape Kachua. Wait. I'm like pretty sure. He's a berserker? Yeah, okay, I remember him. He's from the beginning, he kidnaps Kachua, yes. Yeah, he goes straight to the Y tier. Never mind. Okay, Brent and Morn, I can't think of a single good thing Brent and Morn has done other than not kill Kachua immediately after taking her from her mother. Like, I guess that's fine. Actually, no, wait, he did that so he could take advantage of her later, because he knew her true heritage. The portrait reminds you so- Wait, you're right. Oh shit, he looks like Elrond. Oh no! Elrond is my favorite Lord of the Rings character. Why must you do this to me? Why? Why? It's too late. He's still in Y tier. Maybe he's at the top of Y. No, I hate him more than I hate Gamp. Like, Gamp is just not a good... I don't like Gamp for my own reasons. I don't like Brent Morn because he's just not a good guy. Okay, who's this? Is this Ronway or... This is Ronway, I want to say? Ronway is even suckier than all of these people. Ronway is the absolute worst. Like, Zapan only said he would... I mean, already terrible shit going on here. Zapan is like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna have my way with this girl. Ronway is like, let's go kill this entire village of innocent people for nothing more than my own personal gain. Like, that's a problem. Who's this? I literally don't remember. Frick, whatever. Oh, wait, that's Balbatos? This one? This is Balbatos? Hierophant Balbatos? Was that what he looked like? They all kind of look somewhat similar. It's difficult to keep track of. Okay, alright. He didn't do anything wrong, TBH. Did he? I mean, as a Galgastani leader, I guess they did oppress the Wallister for ages. Here. I can't think of anything good he's done, but I can't think of anything bad he's done either. He gets executed. Doesn't he get guillotined? I remember that. This is Arcarius Mriva. He's basic. I mean, he's pretty cool, actually. He's like top tier basic. He's the father of all of these people. All of them were kind of sucky. Yeah, they all look similar and they're all kind of sucky. Who's this? Wait, is this Dargalia? Or is this the other king? I don't actually remember. We'll get to him later. Someone tell me what this guy is. Wait, does it say? That's Dargalia? Oh, nice. Okay, I mean, he's the final boss. So, like, Y tier. Wait, maybe top of Y tier? He was not a good guy. I would have said he's a good guy. I would have said he was a good guy, except for the final boss being very clearly evil. Like, before we went there, and before we unlocked the key and did all the stuff fighting him, he was not too bad, right? He united the cold continents and stuff, and he brought peace to the Valerian Isles. Actually, that's kind of nice, right? Frick. I'll give him an okayish. I'll give him an okayish because I think it would piss him off. He's like, at least make me bad. This is the guy, Prancet, Abuna Prancet. He's a nice kid. He's a cool kid. Actually, he goes top of basic tier. Actually, yeah, like super top of basic tier. Because there's not much to his character, but damn, he's such a good father. Like, he really cared for Kachua, and he really cared for Denim, and he was a good guy, and then he got kidnapped, and that wasn't his fault. And then he died, and that wasn't his fault. Is this the old queen? I think this is the old queen. Y tier? I don't know, actually. I guess she didn't do anything too bad. Donaldo out there with all the... Wait, you're right. I think I ranked Donaldo there back when we were like, you know, we had more good people on the board then. Shit, I'll move Donaldo up. Here, okay, the old queen can go at the top of okayish, because at least she didn't suggest genocide. And Donaldo gets to... Donaldo gets to move up to basic. I'm sure Donaldo's a good guy. I literally just benched him. It's a problem. This is Bayin. That looks Bayin. I benched him too, though. So he goes right there. Tartaros! Ah, yes, Tartaros. That's true. I should give Donalto the benefit of the doubt. I'll put him at the top of don't know them because I don't know Donalto at all. I benched him immediately and I probably shouldn't have. Okay. Where did I? Oh yeah, Tartaros. So Tartaros, like looking at the people on the board here, I guess Tartaros isn't actually that bad. Cause like look at there's like a whole bunch of like mass murderer. Not really a mass murderer, but I hate him. Mass murderer, mass murderer. Mass murder plus rape, actually. Mass murder. Even more mass murder. Sure. We'll go here. He's better than Dorgalua, I guess. He's really not that bad, TBH. Like, he kind of gets beat up and his sword is taken from him anyways. Wait, no, hold on. I take it back. He goes straight down to the... Okay, we'll put him in front of the mass murders. He tortured Lancelot. The other one. You know, the good one. I don't like that, because I like Lancelot a lot. So yeah, so he goes down here just for the torturing Lancelot thing. That was incredibly dark and I actually really loved it. Like, in terms of just how emotional the moment is, top tier. The whole music box scene, why would you do this to me? I appreciate it. Okay, this is Kachua's mom. She doesn't do anything, so she gets to go here. She gets to go above the old queen, because at least she's better than him. Okay, I don't know who this is. This is one of the Dark Knights. Oh, this is the Dark Knight that, this is Hobrim's brother. Oh, I think. Isn't this Hobrim's brother? Hobrim's brother is better than the 3 Belzephon. Yeah, that sounds right to me. He's better than the 3 mass murderers, but he blinded his brother for no reason and also killed a whole bunch of people. He has a cool stash, though. That's not enough. That's not enough, Drivus. No. Listen. Wait, who's this? This is another freaking, I don't actually remember. One of the Dark Knights. I'll put him here until I remember who he is. This is Martin. Martin's funny, so he goes up a few rankings. He's at the top of the Y tier. Yeah. Because he's just hilarious. He shows up and he's like, dude, what the frick? Get the sword, man. And then he shows up and he's like, break the freaking seal, man. Rename the Y tier. Okay, sure, fine. Mass murderers. Plus chicken owner. He's the least bad Dark Knight. Who, Martin? Come on. Actually, now that I've called this mass murders, Dorgalio gets demoted because he also committed mass murder. There's a whole lot of mass murderers. Wait, I feel like the leader of the Galgastani also committed some mass murders. Oh, wait, it wasn't Lancelot? Yeah, I mean Tartaros when I say it. It wasn't Tartaros? Volok is the one who's the frick is Volok? Which of these is Volok? The other guy with the funny stash? There's 2 of them? This one. This is the brother. Oh, you mean this one? Is this Volok? Yeah, I remember the guy I put in don't know. Oh, okay. Wait, is this his Volok? Whomst? If he tortured Lancelot, he's going straight down here. Oh, okay. All right. He's going straight down here. This one, he gets a bad rap for torturing Hobrim. He gets a bad rap for torturing Lancelot. And one of them is slightly worse than the other. Just a tiny bit. But they're both above the mass murders. Wait, Tartaros is not that bad then. Wow. Wow, shit. Okay, I mean, like, Martin kind of caused, like, he tried to free the Dark God. Like, that's a lot worse. Yeah, and Dorgalua did a whole bunch of bad stuff. Frick. Are we putting Tartaros at the top of the mass murderers group? Tartaros might even make it into okay-ish. Holy shit. Oh no. Okay, this is fine, I guess. Is this a Dark Knight? This whole thing is me, the butterfly meme. The Dark Knights are all kind of the same, except for, actually no wait, I can recognize about half the Dark Knights. With one playthrough of the game, I get about half the Dark Knights. This is another Dark Knight, I think. Question mark. I'm putting him in don't know. Okay, that's Oz and Ozma. Oh, this is Barbas? Oh, okay, yeah, the one that, okay, he's below Martin though, because Martin was funny. Barbas is just there. Yeah, the guy from Hanging Gardens, yeah, like, this is the thing, I know them by name, I was not looking at their portraits. I don't actually, like, I know them by name and what they did. But yeah, like, now that I remember him, yeah, I remember the stuff he did. Yeah, nice. I mean, they stole the Zenobian sword, that's good. Like, congratulations, you stole it from Tartaros. You made your way to the Hanging Gardens, broke all the way inside, and then freed the Dark Lord. Like, congratulations. That's pretty cool. Pretty evil, but pretty cool. I mean, I guess. Why were they even trying to summon the Dark Lord? Were they trying to, like, do something with him? I don't actually know, still. Alright, Oz and Ozma didn't do much, honestly. Like, this is a little sad, but... I mean, I guess they killed some people. They're probably a little worse than... Leonor. Maybe a little better than Tartaros. They just wanted to hang out. In the Hanging Gardens. Okay, Zabos... Like, at this point, I guess Zabos isn't that bad. He's... At least he didn't... Oh, he did commit some mass murders. Frick. Okay, you know what? He's Oz and Ozma tier, at best. Maybe Tartaros is worse. Oh, this dude was cool. I liked him. I really liked him. He's the straight up best of the Dark Knights, I think. Yeah, Oz is the guy who's like, an ear or an arm or something, right? And then Denim's like, well, oh, it was like a nose. He was like, an ear or a nose? And Denim goes, what? And he goes, an ear or a nose? Which one will I cut off first? But like, see, at this point, torturing one person is actually not bad enough to get you down on the scale. Like, pretty much everybody below Oz has either tortured one person or done something worse. Except for Gamp. I just hate Gamp. Except for Gamp, he just sucks. But yeah, like, I mean, I don't think this guy did anything bad. I don't know his name. I'm gonna rate the generics after this, actually. Believe me or not, I have the generic list. But I only have the female ones. Because someone made a tier list for the female generic units and it's hilarious. Andros, thank you. Yes, he was cool. I think he talks about being from like another country or something, and his country was taken over by Lotus ? And he's serving as part of their troops because of that. He straight up does not do anything bad the entire time. Except for, you know, like obviously fight against you, but TBH, there's kind of nothing he can do about that. Alright, whomst. Oh, this is the king, Tristan or something. Like Tristan and Isolde, I think. Yeah, he didn't do anything bad, but he didn't do anything good either. Top of okayish tier. He shows up for a few seconds and goes like, this is nice. We must send more people over to the Valerian Isles because cool things are happening there and us Zenobians must take part in them. That's cool, I like that. Who is this? Who is this? I do not know. I don't know these people. Bam. 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 I've definitely not seen any of these three people before, so they're on some route that I don't know. This is Deneb. Yeah, exactly. I can tell when I haven't encountered someone at least. Yeah, they went down here. Let me just make this a little smaller, actually. Okay, there we go. This is Deneb. I like Deneb. I don't know much about her. She's pretty cool, I guess. The last girl... Oh, is that the caretaker of Lancelot? Oh, that's fair. Yeah, she looks like a generic woman portrait to me. Which is, I guess, what that is supposed to be, you know, so... I feel like if I knew more about Deneb, I would give her a better ranking. I didn't recruit her, I guess. So I guess it's fair to put her in Don't Know. Is this girl, like, recruitable or something? Random caught sales girl. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of cool. Top tier basic. No... But yeah, everybody here has, like, story implications. Deneb does not yet. So she's either in basic or just in Don't Know, because I feel like there's more to her and I just don't know it. Okay, and now we get to the final two people. I've been saving these people for last. What are we gonna do with Vice? So, it is no secret that in this game, there is one character I hate more than any other, and it is Vice. He goes straight to the end. All the way at the end of the mass murders. Oh, there's two Vices. Oh, okay, there's good Vice and bad Vice. Good Vice can hit the end of okayish tier. Fine, fine. Good Vice can be like he's worse than Tartaros. Actually, I like Tartaros better than I like Oz and Ozma and GL. I'm putting Oz and Ozma at the bottom. And I like Tartaros better than Zabos too. Yeah, this is how it's going. Good Vice, maybe, like, kind of mid-tier okay-ish. I didn't like Vice even before he betrayed us. Like, people can confirm here that literally in the first stream of Tactics Ogre, I didn't know if there would be, like, friendly fire damage, so I tested it out by stabbing Vice in the back. And... because I can't deal with edgy characters. I just cannot, in general. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know enough about him. Maybe he gets a lot better in the other routes. But in the route that I was in, he was so edgy. He was way edgier than he had any right to be. He's like, Denim, I hate you so much. And Denim's like, dude, I literally thought of you as a brother. And he's like, you're always better than me at everything. And Denim's like, wait, no, I'm not. Like, you're straight up actually, like, you're pretty good at everything. I don't know what you're talking about. And Vice is like, one time I had a crush on Kachua and I gave her a rabbit and Kachiwa gave the rabbit to you instead, so I hate you. And I'm like, that's really cheesy, my guy. So yeah, not a fan. What I saw of him was kind of terrible. In our leanest days, fine, okay, but like, but like still, question mark. Good Vice seems almost bad then. Oh no, wait, I mean, like, Bad Vice is worse. Like, Bad Vice ultimately commits multiple genocides, and then swaps sides to multiple separate bad guys. Like, I can't condone that. I really can't. Bad Vice is just stupid, yeah. Like, Good Vice had good reasons to be a little bit, you know, depressed, but can't stay. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Marshall. I appreciate it. Heck yeah. Denim stole his lunch once. Denim didn't even steal the lunch. That was Kachiwa's fault. Because he gave the rabbit to Kachiwa for Kachiwa to do whatever she want with, and Kachiwa's like, oh, I want my little brother to be okay, so, like, she gave it to Denim. That makes sense to me. Like, I don't know, man. I think that's fine. TBH, that counts as a gift. I mean, regifting a gift is kind of bad, but, like, it wasn't really Kachiwa's fault. And speaking of Kachiwa, this is the hardest ranking for me. I don't know where I'm gonna put Kachiwa. I have no idea. I would put her in any of these. I can think of a good reason to put her in any of these rankings. Like, literally all of them. From mass murderers all the way up to special. She's an insanely good character just based on how she is. Like, it's very, very cool how she's written. I love that she starts off as, like, kind of this responsible older sister type that's kind of barely holding it together, gets accused of mass murder along with Denim, and goes on this wild ride, and then says, like, I want peace. But Denim is not going for peace. And Denim is actually going for peace, but she doesn't really understand this. It's not really, like, syncing with her. But, like, you know, she's doing her best, she's trying her best, and someone tells her, like, hey, actually, you could be the queen, you could come with me, and she's like, I guess, you know, I'm supposed to, so, like, it's probably fine, right? It's like the Dark Knight, it's fine. And anyways, Abuna Prince, it wasn't my real father, and that kind of sucks, right? Like, that's what demotes her all the way down to, like, basic tier, is, like, you can't do that, right? And then, like, okay-ish tier, because, like, I mean, because at that point, now she's, like, she's just betrayed you for no reason, literally. Like, she's like, you're abandoning me, Devin. She abandoned me. Like, Denim didn't abandon Kachiwa. So, But then, like, I don't know, I appreciated her attitude a lot at the beginning. Yeah, I agree. Like, she has this really interesting, like, screw everyone but us attitude, but it definitely goes downhill. Because then she becomes not really even opportunistic, but just kind of, like, almost going with the flow. She gives off the same vibes as, like, any of the old women protagonists, which I don't like. Like, she's like a worse version of freaking, oh gosh. The one from Gaiden, the one from, why am I blanking? Celica. She's like a Celica. She's actually exactly a Celica, but like a worse person. Because she does things for less good reasons than Celica does. Celica also joins the dark side. But she does it for like a decent reason-ish, kind of, not really. Listen, women in tactics games just have this history of making bad decisions, and I hate it. Kachiwa freaking also does that, so I'm not a fan. And that's why, like, by doing that, she kind of incites a whole bunch of mass murders. But I'm gonna put her in okay-ish tier, because all of that evens out to, like, a pretty decent character. She's a very well-written character, not my favorite. Better than Vice, though. So, top of the okay-ish tier. Cashew. See, it's great, because she's Celica, and Alm is Almond, so it's perfect. It's all Fire Emblem Echoes all the way down. So there we go, that's my tier ranking. Obviously the best character in the game is Lindell, and y'all are wrong if you think otherwise. Okay, I'm just gonna download this. Download image. Bam. Character. Rank. Tactics Ogre. Reborn. Bam. Alright, good times. Wait, are you sad that Kachiwa got a higher rating than you thought? Is that why you're sad? I'm curious, Kikomon. I'm not changing the ratings. Kachiwa made the okay-ish tier, fair and square. But, like, I'm curious to know, you know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to hear all of yours opinions. All of y'all's. Okay, next is gonna be quite simple. Oh, D at Lindell. Psh, no, Lindell's the best character in the game. Y'all are wrong. Okay, next is gonna be the unit ranking. This is gonna be a lot faster, because I've only had, like, half of these units, I think. Maybe, on my side. Probably less. Here. Oh, it doesn't clear? What? Dude, just... Okay, here. Copy. Paste. What? It's still here! How do I clear it? Oh, reset. I'm very good at this game. Alright, fast tier. Let's go. This is D for benched. Oh wait, D for did not recruit. C for benched. B for meh. A for good, I guess. Yeah, I'll don't worry, I'll rate those C's. That's gonna happen. That is so gonna happen. S tier. D for Donaldo. Okay, full Kurt benched. Where's here? Let's just go in order. These are non-recruitables. Non-recruitables. Freaking awesome. Love him so much. Oh my god, the White Knights. Holy shit. If I had Ravnus, I would have used her so much, but I didn't. Holy god, the freaking White Knights. Gildas is better than Murden. So, actually, by the end, Murden. By the end, Murden won over Gildas. L for Lindel. Why? Why would you do this to me? Leonard, not recruitable. I mean, this is just didn't recruit. Not necessarily not recruitable, but I'm gonna put them all in the same category. I did not use Saria at all. I reclassed her to Ninja, because that's one of the things that I think there's no actual default class for, and, like, I mean, she's okay, I guess. In this game is not like Triangle Strategy. In Triangle Strategy, you can almost objectively rank some of the characters based on their maps and so on and so forth. In this game, it's all about how you use the characters. Like, you can reclass anyone into anything. You can make them useful if they're not useful. You can make someone extremely bad even if they're good. So, so it's gonna be a lot more subjective than my Triangle Strategy ranking. Sherry, I used her a decent amount. I really like the whole shaman thing. I never actually got the summons, so I didn't use Sherry to her full capacity, but she's pretty good. I probably would have done probably a pretty fair job at raising her as a shaman. What I did was I just didn't raise her at all, so it worked out pretty well. Okay, I mean, and then like at the end, I reclassed her once she was in shaman, whatever, so she got like the growth rates, which was kind of nice. Okay, Sistina. I used Sistina like most of the time, actually. Didn't recruit her. Olivia, I thought she'd be better, but I straight up did not use her despite reclassing her to shaman, whatever, and giving her like, I want to say 12 or 13 levels of growths in shaman class. Her magic stat is like severely lower than Sherry's. So I guess she's just not a good shaman. Yeah, like, press X to doubt on Olivia being a shaman. I probably should have chosen Saria? Wait, Saria to be the shaman or something. Like, I don't know. One of these people has got to have better magic. Actually, by endgame, Sherry is better. Olivia starts off as a white mage, yes. I reclassed her to shaman for the attack power. Because you can pick any of these 4 people and make them a shaman. And she just wasn't as good as Sherry. Like, she had like 50 less magic than Sherry, which was kind of a problem. I basically didn't recruit Donalto. Aricel is so cool. She's not actually that good of a unit. Like, I can admit, she's really not that good of a unit, but I love Aricel, and I used her to good effect. I really like Eagle Eye. That lets you put guaranteed debuffs on people. Literally, even in the final phase, we got the guaranteed debuff from Aricel. We stunned the big bad himself multiple times in a row, and kept him from attacking. So that was super useful. Top tier. Hoberim, actual S tier. Such a good unit. Didn't recruit. Whoops, yeah, come back here. Didn't recruit. Azelstan, I thought he'd be better than he is. I really did think he'd be better than he is. But, I mean, by endgame, like, he's really not doing as much damage. It's kind of weird. Because, I mean, I guess you could dual wield guns, but that takes too much RT. It doesn't make it valuable to use it again, especially if you're doing no incap, no depth. I don't know. Yeah, I guess Quicken didn't really activate as many times as I would have liked. I had Canopus if I wanted a Buccaneer. Yeah, end of meh tier, maybe beginning of meh tier. Better than, like, Saria, I guess. Yeah, I really did end up getting a ton out of Aricel. It's weird, because I did not expect to use Aricel that much, but I really like archers in general. I like long-distance units in general in tactics games, so I did favor her. Like, I don't think she's that good of a unit. Objectively, she's not that good, but I used her a lot. Like, I'm gonna clarify that. Lindell is such a good unit. I don't know what y'all are talking about. He's just... he's not that good. He's maybe, like, he was actually quite good by the end, especially with the upgraded guns. I feel like there are probably no gun relics or something, so maybe he falls off by, like, true endgame, because then you have, like, relic swords and relic magic and all that, right? But based on just the top-tier weapons you can acquire at the store, Lindell is quite good, so I'll give him that. I didn't use her. I've recruited her, I guess, but I didn't use her yet, so... I guess she's not benched. She's at the top of didn't recruit because I just haven't been able to use her. Okay, don't have this guy. Don't have this guy. Definitely don't have that guy. Hate him so much. These are all non-recruitables. Let's just skip ahead. Bayin. I benched him. Who else here is recruitable? I think that's it, right? Cressida. Oh, how could I forget Cressida? Is she better than the White Knights? No. But is she better than, like, Canopus or Hoberim? I mean, the Swordmaster class is just so good. And same thing for, like, the Vartan and Buccaneer classes that Canopus can use. I mean, he can fly. I didn't have the winged rings, so you also have to kind of... you have to remember, I'm doing this with no summons, no winged rings. So characters who could be using summons, like all the Forena sisters, and characters who probably would have been better if they could fly, are not going to do as good here. And also characters who have cool relics they can use. Like, I didn't get any of those, so I don't actually know. Cressida didn't have any of that and still did amazing, so... I'm gonna say maybe even better than, like, pretty much everyone else. I probably would not have been able to do the Lancelot battle without this. So, yeah, here we go. Okay, I don't think anyone else here is I've recruited. Oh, Denim. Denim, I probably screwed up my Denim. Like, I think you could raise your Denim very well if you know what you want to do with your Denim. I tried out a few different things and then settled on Rune Fencer. I liked Rune Fencer. I think we kept him to Rune Fencer by the end. But he could have been a better class. I don't have Lord Denim. That changes my opinion drastically. So, Kashua... Is she good, though? I guess she's good with her magic staff. Like, I gave her the magic staff, and that's why she's good. If she didn't have that, she'd be a little worse. But she does have Lucky Star, and that's a valuable skill, so, Smash tier list? You mean, like, who I would smash? That's honestly the same as this. I'd smash anyone in S tier. Top tier. Right here. Actually, by that logic, I'm putting Kachua down here, because I would not smash Kachua. I'd smash anyone in this tier. If you mean Super Smash Brothers Brawl, then my tier list is quite simple. All the Fire Emblem characters at the top. That's it. It's just the Fire Emblem characters. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, please, don't accept that. Okay, Vice, I don't have any of these people. Okay, that's it. See, that was a lot shorter. Damn. Title of tier list. I don't care. Denim seems extremely flexible, it takes a lot of work. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing about Denim. That's the thing about most main characters, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna blame him for that. I think every now and then, out of the blue, you just get, like, a really good main character. I do think Serenoa is just really good main character. He's so good. He's like an all-rounder, but, like, master of all. Instead of being, like, a jack of all trades, master of none, he's just straight up good at everything. Except for magic damage, but, like, honestly, if you're using Serenoa for magic damage, that's a problem, because he literally cannot do magic damage. So yeah, like, he's good at everything. Lord Denim, I'm sure, is quite good. I do not have that, so I can't judge him based on that. I gotta judge him based on what I have. Serenoa is like Mario in sports games. Is Mario good at sports games? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Like the Olympics thing? Like Mario and Sonic at the Olympics games? Olympic Games. Anyways, these are the guys. Alright, I've got a few more tier lists in here, actually, and I do want to talk about those before I move on to the good stuff, which is where I compare this shit with, like, Triangle Strategy and Fire Emblem and all that. That will be happening. There's a whole bunch of skills here. I don't think I know all of these skills, but I just I want to show you this. Just at here. Oh wait, let's change the topic. More rankings. Because I love ranking things. Forever Flame, hello, how's it going? You just got to the end of here, look. You just got to the end. This is my unit ranking based on how good the units are. Wait, this, oh, it died. This, yeah, there we go. This is my ranking of the characters based on how cool the characters are. There's a whole tier for mass murderers. That's how many mass murderers there are in this game. Okay, test my knowledge. All right, let's go. I'm just gonna pick out the ones I like. Like, there's no point in me going through all of these. Here, where's Breached? Frick. I think this one of these is like a Breached application. Like, I want to say like this. Maybe this one? Nice. I have no clue who any of these people are. That's good. That's fine. This is for all. Oh, this is the double hit sword thing. Here. What else is, like, important? Where's the freaking White Knight skill? Yellow is not. God damn it. Alright, fine. Where's the breached thingy? Really? Is not? This looks like a water thing to me. No? Is not? Come on, which one is breached? This is the charm. This is like petrify or something. This is the earth version. That's the dark version. This has got to be the water version. No? No? What? Oh, fine. Yeah, Dragon Breath. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Haha, let's go. That's what I was talking about. Where's the White Knight skill? Shit, don't tell me. I got this. Oh, Pincer Attack. I like this skill. I didn't get to use it as much. That's the problem. I wish Pincer Attack was a default. In Triangle Strategy, it's a default skill. Everybody has Pincer Attack. And it's so cool because it lets you position people. Yeah, Velocity Shift #1 or Riot. No, I agree, of course. I'm trying to find it. Where the frick is velocity shift? Alright, if anyone sees... Oh, aha! Is this velocity shift? I feel like this is velocity shift. Tell me if I'm right. It has a clock. I know, right? I was looking for a clock and I couldn't find it. Okay, what else is important here? This is like magic up or something. I never used charm. I feel like I should have used charm. The level 40 weapon skills. I'm gonna skip all of those. I don't care. Recruit humans. Where's recruit human? That was a fun skill. Heck yeah, recruit. Actually, B tier. Heck yeah, recruit human. Heck yeah, recruit beast. Where's recruit dragon? Recruit dragon. It's not there. Oh, it is. Nice. Recruit dragon. Yeah. I enjoy recruiting people. I think it's fun. Oh, wait. Recruit divine. Boo. D for divine. Because I tried it in the last level and it didn't work. Literally, why didn't it work? They're called divine knights. Why can't I recruit them with recruit divine? That makes no sense to me. So I have no idea why that didn't work. That's why it goes down here. One of these is like Canopus's thingy. I actually made good use out of Canopus's thingy. Is there anything else I remember? That's it. Oh, this is Paralysis Blade. I guess I like Paralysis Blade. Anything else that's like noteworthy? Oh, this is Lucky Star, isn't it? I like Lucky Star too. Go all the way up. Ugh, no, that's the last tier. No. Here, Lucky Star. Lucky Star. Okay, there. Phalanx? Oh, true. Phalanx and Eagle Eye. Thank you. Where is Phalanx? Is this Phalanx? I feel like this is Phalanx. Phalanx. Top tier skill. Love Phalanx. So cool. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, Eagle Eye. There's similar skills like this. So the skill that's kind of similar to this is called Obstruct in Fire Emblem. But I love it. It's so good. Maybe it's a little worse. But like, it's still such a good skill in this game. Phalanx should be D tier? What? Disagree. Phalanx is so nice. I don't think I used it on too many people, but like the dragons, top tier. Oh, MP Replenish, you're totally right, thank you. Here, MP Replenish all the way at the top. But like below these two, yeah. Golems, I have not seen the Golems Expanded Phalanx. I know it exists. It's massive, that's so cool, see? But Golems are just not as good in this game. Yeah, Dragon Scale, shit, you're right. Okay, here, let me find all these things. Where's Dragon Scale at? Dragons, yeah, Dash is cool. This thing is too... Here, let me make this bigger. Yeah. Okay. Now I can see everything at once. This makes it a little easier. It's too big. Dash. It's like an okay skill. Oh, course correction. One of these is course correction. I think this one. I love course correction so much. This is what lets Lindell be good. Bosses with Phalanx are just annoying. So I wasn't having too much trouble with them because I was using mages to like fire down. Like I was sniping everyone. I'm a huge fan of freaking just distance units are my thing. So like I would toss items with Beastmasters. I would mage people down. It was fun. I still can't find Dragon Scale. One of these probably. Here, is this? No. Here, this is Dragon Scale, I think. I want to say. Dragon Scale is quite good. I guess it helped me survive that one map with Gamp. You might be mixing things up. Phalanx, I'm talking about the skill with like 2 squares beside you being relegated to nothing. Is that not what Phalanx is? Am I incorrect? Oh, am I getting them mixed up too? I think I might be mixing things up. Rampart Aura? Question mark? Because, so Rampart is a skill. Yeah, one of us is. Rampart is a skill in Triangle Strategy that does the thing that Phalanx does in Tactics Ogre. So that's why I get them mixed up. Because Rampart is also the name of a skill in Tactics Ogre, but it's different. So yeah, you might be right. Which one is which? Frick. Rampart? No. No, definitely not. Okay, which is the one that gives you 50% less damage on bosses? And on knights, like all knights. That's Phalanx, I think. Yeah, I think that's Phalanx, right? Okay, but this is Rampart Aura that I've been talking about here and not Phalanx. So I need to find Phalanx. Is it this one? Or something? Right? There is also a skill that lets you pass through Phalanx. They should use the same names that Fire Emblem does. It's called Obstruct and Pass. Like, that makes sense because Obstruct will obstruct things and Pass lets you pass. So, like, I mean, Okay, well, I don't know which one's which. I'm gonna assume that this one is the 50% one. And yeah, the 50% one I'm putting down there. I agree, Jervis. Yes, I totally agree with you. I don't think it's 70%. Isn't it 50% for knights? Golems get 80%, I want to say. Right? Is it actually 70? Or is it 60%? I think maybe 60. 60 might be right. Something like that. Someone asked, what's the one with the music notes? I haven't used the songstress yet, but I do have her. She's there. She exists. What else? Paralysis is cool. I didn't use it enough. I don't think any of the rest of these I used enough. Depends on the level of the skill? Huh? The skill changes purpose based on level? I don't know, really? Okay. I would have used Conserve RT so much more if I had any actual wizards on my team. I benched Bayan. This is my fault. Oh, what's this? I feel like I should know this. But I don't, so whatever. What else? I think that's all the important skills. This is all I remember. There's more that I used, I'm sure of it. Niffenbach, stack object. Oh, what a good time for it. Let's go ahead and save this, and while I do that, I'll stack. Here. Skill. Download image. Skill. TOR. And what are we doing here? Let's see. We can get a boba. Always nice to have a boba. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Good times. Alright. We got this. We got that. We got classes. Oh, we have the generics. How could I forget the generics? This is just a whole bunch of female generic units, but like only the females. This is the last thing I'll do before I move on to just talking about the game itself in terms of comparisons. But I do want to rank the generic units because the whole game is just so based on generic units. It's top tier, you know? And here's the other thing though, like the fact that there's so many generics means that you spend a lot of time getting attached to these generic units, and then you have to replace them eventually with whichever new like proper recruit you get later. So I do think that's maybe one of the flaws of the game, but I appreciate it to some extent, I will say. Alright, I didn't use any fairies, like at all. I didn't use any warriors at all either. Dragoons are pretty useful, but like, you know, not top tier just because they're only situationally useful. And I will say, Phantom Knights for the win. Like, this is where we start to get to like actual name things. I think Aranea was our Dragoon for like the whole game, heck yeah. Phantom was our Terror Knight for the whole game, heck yeah. Robin was our swordsman for the whole game, and then we had Hoberim, obviously. Swordsmen are just really good in general, so really cool. What is this? I don't actually know what this is. Is this like Valkyrie or something? Is this one of the ones I don't have? I don't know. I'm not sure. Gunners are cool, but I didn't use any of the generics, so D tier. Is this like a zombie? Oh, that's Witch? That's Witch? What? I didn't use this Witch at all. What the frick? Are you sure that's Witch? Don't they have hats? Or does only Wizard have hats? Okay, I didn't use a Witch at all. That's really weird. I didn't think of it. Specky, thanks for the sound alert. Heck yeah. The level up begins. I did actually use a bunch of these. These are the, like, matriarch, patriarch of the thing. Let's go. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what that is. Archer, yeah. Oh, wait, we benched our Archer. I think I named her Lynn and then I benched her. B for benched. Whomst. Oh, is this... Wait, this is Witch. Is this not Witch? In that case, what's this one? Okay, well, I did use Healer for, like, the whole time. This is Wizard. They're all female, though. Really? Oh, wait, what? Witch and Wizard are different? No, Witch and Wizard are female and male versions of the same class. Are we thinking something different? Oh, wait, I see what you mean. Yeah, Witch and Warlock versus Wizard. Yeah, okay, you got it. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so the one like Bayan's class versus Sherry's class. Yes, okay. The one that does the golem stuff versus the one that's just magic cast. Heck yeah. How's things? Things are indeed good. Today we are retrospecting on Tactics Ogre. Quite a good game. I recommend it if you haven't played it yourself. This is Valkyrie, isn't it? Yeah, Valkyrie. Yeah. This is errant tier. we used our Valkyrie for like the whole game. Where's the Berserker? Is this Berserker? Oh no, this is Berserker. Yeah, Berserker for the win. Yes, generic Berserker is top tier. We had Roland and he was a Berserker and he was really good actually, but I ended up benching him at the end. Kind of sad. I guess he goes here. I feel like I would have used more knights. I recruited a knight named Ellen. I really liked her, but I didn't get to use her. Sad. Ninjas are really cool too, though. Berserker is great. Nice hat. Berserkers are awesome. I mean, like, look at this. And look at how much damage they can do. It's so cool. Also, this is Beastmaster, isn't it? I did use a whole bunch of generic Beastmasters. In fact, I think Cloud 2.0 was my Beastmaster until the end. So, straight up here. Actually, yeah, like, endgame generic. Endgame generic. Wait, go forward. Okay, there. This is my generics list. Beastmaster also has Knight Hat. The male version of the Valkyrie class, like the Rune Fencer, is really cool. The hat is so nice. It's got like feathers. And I am such a fan of feathered hats. Okay. Alright, so now that this is done, let's go ahead. Let's go back to the overalls, because I have a few more things I'd like to rate this thing on. Namely, some of the gameplay itself. Because, as you know, I have a fair bit of stuff to say about the gameplay of Tactics Ogre. Okay, hold on. Topic gameplay, and I'm just gonna put like a little video in the background of the game. This is just from like the beginning or something here. Wait, let's toss that on, and then tier list out, video on, color source, bam. And then this is the tier list. Is this the video thing? No? No? What is this? How about this one? Looks right to me? Oh, okay, yeah, this is the one from last time. Nice. And now you all get a brilliant reference to the game itself. The game itself. Okay. That was from Octopath COTC. But yeah, let's get to it. So I think, here, actually, I'm gonna, give me a second. I'm gonna pull up the thing that I wrote earlier, because I have been writing some stuff down for quite a bit, just based on this game. Because, like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that this game does right, but there's also a few things that I think this game could have done better. Let me pull that up. Okay. Okay, right. So in terms of gameplay, there's like a few things I want to comment on. Which is that, A, this game has so much choice. Like, if we're talking just pure choice, like customizability, it's absolutely insane. So like the first absolute thing I have to rate this game like top tier on, it's way better than almost any other game I've seen. You can do literally anything. There's so many generics, they have so many classes, there's so many races that each of the generics can have, and that affects what classes they can take. There's skills and other things that relate to like every single like race and class, I think. Like you can have race skills, you can also have class skills. You level up and you get more of them, etc. You can't swap them around, which is something that Fire Emblem does that the rest of the game does not. But the number of options you have is kind of unlimited almost, so TO, FE obviously, and then Tri-Strat is going to be at the end of this, obviously. It doesn't really go for customizability, it's kind of not the point of trying this strategy, is not supposed to be customizable. Okay, the other thing is just, like, I guess, like, just ease of gameplay? I don't even know how to say this, like, easy to pick up. And this is something that I think Tactics Ogre kind of suffers in. But, you know, you have like the hard to master group here. And this is also something that Tactics Ogre kind of suffers in. I'll talk about this. Like, it's the same thing, really. Let me put these two together. But I think the mark of a good game, you learn this in like a lot of game design classes, and I took a few of those back in the day. But like, the mark of a game that a lot of people will want to play, and not necessarily a good tactics game, but just like a game that a lot of people will want to play, is the fact that it should be something that's easy enough to get into, but after a while, it should take some time to like really get into it and become like a good master of it, right? Like, you start the game off and you're like, okay, this is nice, I got it, like, let's go, let's keep going, right? And the game should explain things to you as it happens and make it so that when you're playing the game, you understand what you're doing. I feel like, in general, Tactics Ogre does not do a good job of this, and this is something that I kind of didn't really like about it from the beginning. Specifically, there's like a lot of options that it kind of doesn't need to have. Like, there should be an easier leveling system, in my opinion. Like, yes, you can go into like some random level and just train, but like if you're able to just go into some level and train and it takes time to do, that's a problem. Like, nothing should take just time to do. It should always take some amount of like thinking or effort or something in a game, because that's what makes the game interesting to me, I think. So once again, this is my personal opinion, but I do think that like, it's kind of like easier to master and hard to pick up, honestly. I feel like with Tactics Ogre, because like by the end you're like, yeah, okay, like I'm really powerful and I can just do whatever I want, you know, which is cool, but like, I don't know. That's my thoughts on it, right? There's like a whole bunch of like just options, I guess, and I can like list them all, but yeah, here's my freaking list. So I've been writing down some things that I've had gripes with about this game, just in terms of like simple things that the game could do better. But for example, it's gonna take so long for me to write this down, so I'll like post it somewhere afterwards if you really want to, but like honestly, I'll just say it out loud, okay? Yeah, like it should ask for, exactly, like demanding time only is the worst thing, because I am not willing, like I've got a full-time job and I have a bunch of other stuff I'm gonna be doing. I need like something that's both, you know, fun to play and takes time. Like I'm willing to spend the time, don't get me wrong, but it's gotta give me a challenge. So yeah, that's my gripe with the game. All right, in terms of quality of life, that's what I titled it, quality of life. QOL. Quality of life. Okay, in terms of quality of life, the Tactics Ogre interface does not give you arrows that show you what direction people are facing. It's kind of hard sometimes to tell which way people are facing without those arrows. Triangle Strategy did that, and I kind of got used to it. It was so nice to have. In this game, it's like, where are they facing? There's no numbers showing turn order, which means that when a bunch of enemy generic sprites look exactly the same, especially when you're fighting a whole bunch of Templars, and literally the only difference between them is the color of their pants, like, it's hard, you know? I want to look at a map and be able to see, like, okay, there's two mages in the back corner. They're both gonna go after, like, I don't know, some long amount of turns. I don't need to worry about them until then, right? Instead, it's like you have to go all the way over there with your cursor, click on the game's icon, and then, like, click on the color of the pants, I guess, essentially. Or you can log into the little unit screen and find out what class they are, but, you know, that takes time, and it does make it a little harder to play. There's no way to, like, auto-visualize an enemy attack range. So it's like the little purple area that shows up in both Fire Emblem and Triangle Strategy. Most of the newer games do that. A lot of older games don't, so I see why they didn't do that. To be fair, this game has so many different ways to increase your attack range that I think it would have taken quite a bit of time for them to implement that, especially with the whole like arrows going further than they should be going type of thing, and things being blocked by other things, etc. But Triangle Strategy does that, actually. Triangle Strategy does take all of that into account and still show you an enemy attack range, which is really, really nice to have. Yes, exactly, the prep kind of takes forever. And I think it's something that's symptomatic of the game's design, because I've seen better versions of it across like other tactics games I've played. Yeah, speaking of, like, the allied golden attack range squares are sometimes a little bit off, right? Like, especially when you have a bow. You know that your bow can go further than the yellow range, and that's never explained to you by the game. So the game does not tell you this. I literally think like Sylph or somebody else informed me of this like in chapter 1. They're like, oh, by the way, you can shoot further than the game tells you. And I was like, what? Why? But you can if you're on a higher ground, which makes sense once again, but like the yellow range should reflect that. It should go further and be like, hey, you can shoot here. And then the weird thing is you can shoot further than normal if you're on a higher ground. But if you're trying to use like a double hit skill, then it won't hit twice if you're on someplace outside the yellow range. So like, I'm not actually sure what's going on there, but that's how the yellow range works, question mark. Combat Forecast also doesn't take into account like blocking targets, so you don't really have to pay, I mean, I guess you do have to pay attention to the blue line. I'll say this isn't really a bad thing. Like the little blue line that shows you who you're actually attacking, it's kind of cool that the game just shows you how much damage you would do against units even if you're not even gonna hit them. I like that, so I wouldn't really say it's a bad thing at all. But it's weird that the Combat Forecast doesn't really show you blocking targets, because sometimes you're trying to shoot someone and you shoot somebody else instead. By the end of the game, I got actually very used to this though, so I do think it's a plus. It's a feature, not a bug. Combat Forecast also does not include the result of pincer attacks. Like, if you're gonna get freaking surrounded by somebody, I want to know, you know? I want to know if it's gonna happen. Especially in a game like this one, where accuracy is pretty much a non-issue. They should tell you this stuff. They really should. And then, yeah, pincer attacks, I was not able to figure out how they worked, even by the end of it. I think characters spin in a clockwise direction, potentially, after they get hit, in order to counterattack somebody else. And then if that clockwise direction happens to take them so that their back is to the view of somebody else, then that person attacks. I think that's how it works. I'm not actually sure. So, it's kind of strange. Triangle strategy was much simpler, and it made positioning a lot easier to, like, not really easier to think of, but more easy to deal with, I would say, to the benefit of the game, I would think. Also, the camera can only turn at 45-degree angles, but that's not even a minus side, like, that's just normal. And then, oh yeah, like, the other thing, the last thing that I didn't really like is once you enter a level, it's really tedious to have to load back to the title screen to get out if you want to change something. Like, the game should just let you save. Because what that means is I'll go into a level, I'll look at who I'm supposed to be fighting, and then I go out and, like, then I have to, like, buy other things, right? Or, like, get items, or, like, reclass my people or whatever. And if I enter a level and then realize later, oh, I want to, like, go back and put my party in a slightly different formation, I can't do that because there's no save inside the level. There's only a save outside the level, and that's before all of the prep work I did, and as we said, prep takes forever. So, yeah, I think those were other things. So those are all things that I think Triangle Strategy does a little bit better. There is a lot of stuff that Tactics Ogre does better too. But like that stuff is kind of just like the fact that there's so many choices, the fact that you can use all those choices immediately, the fact that you have like a fast forward button that applies to all text, I really enjoyed that. That was super nice actually. Instead of having to hold things down, like top tier. And then like the little blue arrow thing, I think that's literally like one of the best strengths of Tactics Ogre. The fact that the little blue line shows you exactly who you're going to be attacking, I really liked that. I would have liked something like an enemy forecast with red lines. Fire Emblem does that, Triangle Strategy did not. I appreciated that mechanic in Fire Emblem. What else? Oh, okay, so there's also, yes, when you go to the shop, in any other tactics game, you can usually try on a weapon before you buy it. Like, you know, in like Octopath Traveler, right? It's not a tactics game, but like obviously if you go to a shop, you can say like, hey, like this sword is plus 13 damage to the sword that my army is currently wielding, or like this unit is currently wielding or something. Yeah, that sort of fitting room would have been really nice, especially since I played most of the game with a limited inventory. Like I didn't make use of the glitch until literally the final level. I did all of, like, up until Heim, and then I beat Heim without doing any of the, like, extra grinding for money, etc., etc. But the fitting room is just, it would have been amazing to have, yeah, especially in a game like this, when there's so many options. Like, many times I felt myself looking at, like, the armor and, like, the weapons and the swords, and I was like, which of these is better? I literally don't know. And then I would, like, buy a sword, and I'd be like, alright, I'm gonna put this sword on, like, X character. But then it turns out X character can't even wield that sword, despite the fact that they can wield most one-handed swords, for some reason. And, like, yes, technically you can check all of these things by, like, going and, like, memorizing the attack number, and then going through and checking what class it's gonna be useful for, etc., etc. But it takes a lot of time to do that. And once again, it's just, like, a time-saving thing. These are all quality of life things. Also, all beneficial status effects are represented by the same exact star symbol. Like, does someone have Eagle Eye? Do they have Phalanx active? Do they have, like, some type of other benefit? I don't know. Are they gonna, like, apply fear or something when they hit someone? Who knows? Because it's all the same symbol. I will admit that, like, there's probably a whole host of status effects that can go on for pretty much any character. So yes, it would have been difficult to have, like, a little symbol there, but you could also do what Fire Emblem Hero does, and Heroes has, like, a whole bunch of symbols too, and it affects every character, and it just has the screen flash between them. So that symbol shows up in the corner, and, like, you swap between all of the active statuses. And, like, yes, it would still not tell you everything at once, but at least you wouldn't have to click on the actual character and then scroll through down to their status effects in order to find out what's affecting them at the moment. So yeah. Also, it's not possible to see both the, as far as I know, it's not possible to see both the weapon type, like, not really, like, weapon type, I guess. In this game, it's elemental type. It's not possible to see the elemental type and their, like, allegiance at the same time, because you can turn the bars on top of them, like the HP bars, you can turn them to either represent their elemental affinity, or you can turn them to represent their, like, actual allegiance, I think. Is there any way to do both? Because that would have been really cool. Like, I want to see if I'm currently using my lightning archer, right? I want to know if there's somebody out there who's weak to lightning, so I can shoot them, right? Like, it's hard to kind of memorize the position almost of every elemental unit in the army, just so that you can make sure you're attacking the right person. Usually that adds to extra time, because, you know, what you have to do instead is you take your archer and then you just pan around to different targets and see what element they all are. So, yeah. And then, yeah, the last thing, once again, this is not really something that the game could have fixed at all, is that some, like, Tactics Ogre classes kind of just look exactly the same for all types. Like, the Templars all look the same, the Vartans all look the same, Lizardmen, same thing. There's nothing they could have done about that, like, there's literally just too much. So yeah, in terms of that, I will say there's, like, a lot of quality of life improvements I would have liked to see in this game. It's strange that they're not there, because this is a remake. Like, I would have thought that the point of a remake almost is to, like, A, give better art to everything, but B, should it not give you some type of, you know, QOL a little bit? No? I don't know. So I do think that was, like, a major detriment of the game. Triangle Strategy was pretty good at that. FE gives you a good number, and unfortunately, I'm just saying, like, Tactics Ogre, unfortunately, one of the things I didn't like about it is just its quality of life. Okay, the other thing that I think... Hold on. The other thing that I think Tactics Ogre was... I mean, yeah, actually, is pretty decent at... is just artwork, you know? Like, all the art and stuff. Freaking amazing. I really loved the artwork and stuff in here. Like, some of the big scenes... Oh, shit. Did I show you guys this Switch thing? Look at this. Hold on. It's so awesome. Wait. Freaking hell. Bam. This is the Switch game. I'm gonna connect this back up. Gonna zoom out. Give me that connect. Come on. No. There we go. Alright. Just zoom out. And here. And turn to title. Yeah, gallery is definitely post-game content. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I saw the little movie thing. I actually played it at the beginning of the stream, but it's so cool. Like, look at this artwork. Holy shit. Okay, not this one, I guess, but this is really old. Like, whoa, that's awesome. That's so... And then, like, this is the original scene, you know? Like, damn. And then you get, like, a whole bunch of them. Which, one of these... Oh, this is the hideaway scene. They redid this one, obviously. This is the same hideaway, but, like, in the future. In the future. It's so cool. There's, Look at this. Brandon and the Dark Knights. Yo! I would have liked to see this. I really would have liked to see this. This is so awesome. Like, actually, hold on. Who are these? Oh, that's Tartaros, obviously, the guy with the long hair. He's just chilling. Great stuff. And then, like, Rhyme Burns. Like, oh, damn. You know, they're fighting. There's Lancelot the Good, and he's holding his own. He's cool. The Stronghold fight. Just some random Stronghold fight, I guess. And then you get, like, a casual first level scene here where it's just, like, it's just Canopus. His foot is blocked off by a rock. It's all good. It's fine. Is that Warren? Is Warren there? What is Warren doing there? I don't think we ever actually get to fight with Warren. The package art is just all of the people. And, like, I want to point this out because it's really funny. Look at this. Wait, hold on. Scroll down. Yeah, it's... So, Canopus is kind of being sat on by Ravnus. There's nothing he can do about this. He's a little trapped. A little busy, shall we say. And Deneb is like, wow, she's just taking up the main screen, man. Damn, look at that ass. I ain't gonna say no to that. And then Kachua's up there. Wait, the first battle has Warren as an ally? You mean like the very first battle? Like when you have three of them and they meet up with, Wait, is that what you mean? No? I don't remember having Warren as an ally. I guess you do. The tutorial battle, yeah, like where it's literally just the three of them. But you never fight in that battle. Like, there's literally nothing you can do in that battle, right? It's just Vice, Denim, and Kachua, and all you do is you walk up to the group of five. Yeah, you just walk up to the group of five. So, like, you don't actually fight as Warren, right? This is the movie, we already saw this. Go back. Yeah. But yeah, it's so cool. Like, I'm so down for this. So I really appreciated some of the art style here. It was well done. I'm not gonna rank this. Because, like, the art is just great. And also, I'm a huge fan of the HD 2D style, so, like, Triangle Strategy just wins by default. But, like, they're all good. TS, TO, FE. Art was great. I'm not gonna say anything bad about that. Music. I was indeed listening to some of the music, I will say. The music is quite good. I did actually really appreciate some of the music, especially in the scenes where... Oh, this is the tutorial battle right here. I guess we can check ourselves. Hold on. Let's zoom forward. Forgive me. Let's go kill those people. Here. Oh, wait. This is the battle right after the tutorial. Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess you do get to use... Oh, it's loading. Sad. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I guess you do get to use Warren. There he is. You don't get to control him, though. Look at him. He's beating people up. Heck yeah! Go Warren! Oh, yeah, are we gonna get to see Vice get stabbed? Oh, shit, you're right. This happened. It was around here somewhere. He's already been stabbed. I think he's already been stabbed. It was like the first thing I did in the game. There he is. There he is. He's already got damage. Frick, it's even before this? This was the moment. The moment Vice started thinking about betraying us. Here. Right here. He's just chilling. He's fine. Look at him. He's doing alright there. Here, we'll take this off too so we can see it. In all its glory. Wait. There. This is me deciding whether or not to stab Vice. Doomed from the start. That's not... Okay, that's totally what happened. Oh no, it got minimized here. We'll put it back. Alright, I'm gonna zoom until he goes through with it. Wait, no, I skipped it. There we go. Here it is, the moment. Bam! And then he countered, you know? It was a good time. So, so anyways, here's Wonderwall. So yeah, that's how the game started. Yeah, I think in general the music was also quite good. I appreciated some of the music. Some of the soundtracks, especially near the end, were really cool. One of the soundtracks, I think it's the one that plays when you're like, I think you're like in the little ice palace thingy, like the one that's the like Pirate's Graveyard. That could have been one. I don't remember. There's one soundtrack I really liked. But yeah, I'm not gonna rank those because once again, they were really good. I just want to talk about how good they are. Okay. What else? In terms of the gameplay, there's one elephant in the room we haven't yet addressed. There's one really big elephant in the room we haven't addressed. The cards. And so now I want to know this. Finally I can ask without being spoiled for anything. What were the cards like in previous versions of this game? Someone tell me what they were supposed to be like. Because I'm just saying, oh, let me drink my boba. Because like I'm just saying, I don't know what they were supposed to be. Okay, here. The cards they make sense. Here's what the cards are supposed to be for. The cards are supposed to be to force you to move into the map, because otherwise you would play the game like Fire Emblem, and you would just chill in the background and wait for the enemy to approach you. The enemy tends to not do that, which is interesting for a tactics game. Usually you're kind of resolved to play turtle. Most games tend to be enemy phase, in my opinion. There's a few games out there that are like actually player phase. I think Triangle Strategy might be one of them, honestly. But yeah, Tactics Ogre would have been enemy phase, if not for the fact that there are cards. And the cards are just so random. And you know how okay, so like my thoughts generally on randomness is, if the game has a sense of randomness to it, that's good. That's fine. I'm not gonna have a problem with it. Like, obviously, in Fire Emblem, it's like you're hitting a 50% shot, and like, are you gonna get it? Who knows? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. That's okay. That's a normal amount of randomness. If the game relies on randomness to make the game more difficult, that's a problem. Because that means that in half of the levels you're playing, you're like, oh, this is such an easy level. What's the problem here? Like, why are people struggling? And it's just because the cards were in a great place for you. And then sometimes you're like, shit, this level is so hard. What the frick? Why is this so difficult? And it's because all of the cards are just casually on the enemy side. Or like, you're getting like skill up and the enemy is getting like attack plus, right? You know, like, it's really unreliable. I know a lot of people have a problem with the fact that enemy bosses start off with cards. I actually do not think that's a problem. I think that is a straight up plus. Because what that means is that the game is designed around the fact that the enemy will have 4 cards, and that makes the bosses less random. So I think a lot of people have a problem with that. That was fine with me. So the cards itself, fake randomness. Or fake difficulty. But fair. Forces non-turtling. Like, otherwise I'd just sit in the corner and wait for the enemy to approach me, right? So like, fair enough. I guess that it makes sense to have them there. And sometimes you can really make some cool builds with them. Like, get that +4 attack and then like... Yeah... or magic or something, you know? Like, back in the beginning, when we were on chapter 5, I want to say? No, wait, level 5. Level 5 with the Nibeth fight, I slowly built a +4 attack Canopus, and then I sniped the boss from a distance. Like, that sort of stuff is only possible because of the attack cards. So I really like it. Really cool. But in the case of randomness, yeah, it's just so random. Same thing with like plus magic. Heck, anything could be useful if you use it enough. Plus magic, plus even skill. Like, you know, sometimes you got like a dragon, you put like 4 skill cards on it, and now it's got dragon scale activated every single turn. Same thing with Denim in the Leonard fight. I collected skill cards, and then I just phalanxed him to death. It was very fun. Or Rampart or a Frick, I forget which one is which, but the one that gives you the freaking damage reduction. Okay, whatever. Y'all understand. Cards in the cast game were just stat boosts? Oh. Wait, no plus attacker? Were they temporary stat boosts or were they like the green cards? Or, I mean, yeah, were they permanent? If so, I mean, permanent stat boosts being on the field is also an interesting thing. But I guess the stats don't matter as much in this game. Like, green cards. I don't know if I like green cards. I think they should have... Yeah, I think they should have... Oh, really? Okay, they were all permanent. I think the green cards should have been given after battle. Would have been nice after battle. You never went out of your way for green cards? I mean, that's the thing, right? You feel compelled to go out of your way for green cards, but it's like a very minimal stat boost, and at that point, like, why are you doing it, right? I see that as kind of a waste of time. If they gave it to you after the battle, that would be a little bit more fair. It's kind of the same as enemy item drops. That's how I would kind of view them. Like, green cards to me are the same as an item, pretty much. But yeah, like, in terms of the cards themselves, I do think that the boss cards are good, as I said, so let me put that in there. Boss cards... very good. Yeah, so I think that was fine. In general, though, I would have liked for there to maybe... How could we improve this? I mean, here's the thing. The cards are necessary, because as I said, otherwise you just kind of turtle. Like, there's... But, I mean, there's no way to... Like, it's not a bad thing to turtle. You can turtle successfully anywhere. But it's usually not required, you know? Like, it's usually you don't want to turtle. I would have liked for the cards to be non-random. I think that would have been nice. Like, maybe a little less random. Maybe make it so that, like, you can control the cards in some way. That would be really cool. Like, maybe if you stand on a certain spot, then a card will, like, manifest somewhere near you or something. I don't know. Kind of like the Dragon Veins and Fates. I would have maybe liked that. Like, I was always down to go stand on, like, a little spirit, like, thing. Wait, was that in... Were there little spirit things in Triangle Strategy? What was the little spirit things? There's like little patches of like spirit dust or something in one of the tactics games, and you go stand on them and you get something. Frick, what was it? It was like echoes or something? I don't even remember. But something like that would have been cool, I guess. Because that way at least you can prepare for it. The way that it works at the moment is that like sometimes there's literally nothing you can do, and like some random really strong enemy will like one of the chickens, for example. Frick those chickens. One of the chickens, for example, will just like... There's like a physical attack card near it, and so they go and grab the card, and then like what are you gonna do, right? Like there's nothing you can do about that. Yeah, I don't like that. Maybe if there was also like a skill, maybe if there was like a skill that let you remove cards or something, that would have been really cool. Like some way that you could, I don't know, like you hit a guy 3 times and you like break a card off of them or something. Like that would have been awesome. I want more ways to affect the cards. Improvements. Less random. More ways to affect cards. Yeah, I think there should be more skills that move opponents with a higher rate of red cards, but the old game didn't even have red. Yeah, I mean, if the old game didn't have blue cards, then it couldn't have had red cards, I guess. So, the red cards make sense. A higher rate of red cards, would that... That's the thing, they're still random though, right? I want like a non-random way of affecting cards. More non-random ways here. Non-random. I do totally agree with your previous point though, or like the first point you made, totally agree there. More skills that move opponents, for sure. And that's something I've complained about in like a lot of games at this point actually. I really, really like movement skills. Now the thing is, skills that move opponents are freaking OP. Like by default, they're very OP. But, I mean, in general, like I want player unit movement skills. More unit movement skills. Player and enemy. Positioning is like freaking everything. I love positioning, and I really appreciate games where you're allowed to do that. In Radiant Dawn, you're allowed to shove enemy units away from things. In fact, there's such a fun level in Path of Radiance where you're trying to get into like this church type like place, and there's a whole bunch of clerics and they're being held hostage by enemy units, and you have to shove the cleric people out of the way and then attack the bad guys. Obviously killing the clerics gives you like a huge debuff to multiple other things. But yeah, I would have liked something like that. Heck, Fire Emblem Three Houses does that. There's all sorts of movement skills, and like one of the first things you do in that game is just master one of the initial classes so you can get one of the movement skills. Like, they're so useful. Reposition, etc, etc. You can't use them on enemies, but you can use them on players, and I really, really love doing that. Like, how many times have I thought to myself, damn, if I could move Cressida one space further, that would be so much more useful. In, like, any of the other Fire Emblem games, you could shove someone. To be fair, I don't think Triangle Strategy had that either. Wait, did it? You could shove people. But it would do damage, so I guess it's not worth. I guess that's fair. Into the Breach. I have not played that one, but that sounds like a cool game. If it does movements for enemy, that is a cool game. Okay, yeah, I think that's kind of all I had to say. Was there anything else I can talk about here? I think that's basically all I had. I'm gonna remember something that I completely forgot later, and I'm gonna be like, damn it, I wish I had said this. But that's all for now. This is, let me just shrink this a little bit. So this is gonna be my conclusion. Hold on. Conclusion. This sounds crazy, but wouldn't it be cool if it had multiplayer? Ooh, okay. Oh, I can talk about Okay, so the thing about multiplayer in any tactics game is kind of a problem, right? Because in tactics games, you rely upon the fact that your distribution is different than the enemies, right? Like, I mean, the way that bosses work, for example, right? Like, a boss has 4 cards to shot off with, you don't get those, because you're not cool enough. I'm kidding. Because, you know, that's how the game works. If you had PvP, it would prioritize, like, a whole bunch of other stuff, I think. And essentially, everything would be way more random. I do think, though, that a game like Tactics Ogre is the best game to do PvP in. So, like, Fire Emblem PvP just doesn't work well. Oh, okay, there's different types of PvP. Are we talking, like My Castle PvP, which means, you get to pick a set of units, and then you don't control them and you send them against the enemy, and the enemy is, like, some other person, and they control their units while they're fighting yours? Or are we talking, like, both players are actively controlling their units and taking turns? Because the first one has been done before in, like, multiple tactics games. Like, many of the newer Fire Emblem games have that sort of PvP, where you can, like, pick some units and set them to defend something, and then the other people have to break it. You're thinking, like, actively controlling? Okay. Yeah, actively controlling I've only seen in one game, which is Fire Emblem Heroes, so I can't talk about it too much. In that one, in Fire Emblem Heroes, the way it works out is because, like, you also have, like, a little area in the center, and you're supposed to command that area. So you can, like, try your best to, like, leave and run around, but then you lose points. So you actively do have to push into the center of the ground. I like that, and I think something like that could work with Tactics Ogre. Honestly, they don't even need it, because in Tactics Ogre, multiplayer would be, like, extremely, extremely based on cards. So they'd have to either remove cards, and then add something like you must control the middle ground in order to make the game actually work, or they'd have to keep cards in and just accept the fact that everything is random choice now. Because, like, let's assume that the enemy just gets, like, a really good plus attack card, like, what are you gonna do, right? So, oh, I have played Battle of West Noth. I freaking forgot. Yeah, okay, yes, I've played Battle of West Noth. I played, like, 1 or 2 Battle of West Noth games. It was, I mean, it's okay. Yeah, it was a good game. It had some of the same problems that I have with Tactics Ogre, actually. But it was a good game. The PvP I found a little bit less good in that, purely because I think I didn't know enough about the game. Because I only played it twice. I only played it twice. I played it twice with, like, some other people that had known the game. I did pretty well, but only because I'm just good at tactics games. Like, I know a lot of tactics games. I knew nothing about the game itself. I started with the Elven race, and I think they're supposed to have, like, some benefit during the daytime or something, and then the race I played against had a benefit at nighttime, and it was just extremely better to have the nighttime benefit. Yeah, anyways, whatever. The thing about Battle of West Noth is it's got decent PvP, that's true. I think a lot of people do enjoy the PvP of Battle of West Noth. I did not like it as much, purely because I think I was missing some of the mechanics. Yeah. In general, though, active RTS type PvP on tactics games, it never works for Fire Emblem, because in Fire Emblem you're always incentivized to not go first. Okay, maybe I'd say like 2 or 3 of the like freaking 17 Fire Emblem games actively encourage players to go out and like do things. Other than just like objectives. Like I'm saying, like a player should be forced to go out and like, you know, control the field, and not just because like, oh, that town is about to get ransacked. Yeah, there's not too many player phase Fire Emblems. But yeah, I guess it could maybe work for Tactics Ogre. I don't know. It would change the mechanics of the game so much. Like it would make it like you'd have to get rid of, for example, the money glitch. You'd have to like make a lot of the weapons more standardized. People would probably like one-shot each other. That's the other problem. Is people would just one-shot each other. Yeah. Since everything is so random based, you'd have to remove the cards. It'd be interesting though. That'd be cool. All right. Favorite unit build. So I don't think I didn't get the chance to experiment as much as I would have liked. Because I didn't use the money glitch until after Heim. So I was pretty much done with the game by the time I was using the money glitch. I also tend to be... Yeah, did I have a favorite unit build? I don't think I changed too many of the classes. That's the problem. And I know that Tactics Ogre has like a lot of different things you can do, but I didn't know enough about the game during my first time through to like prepare for those things. So for example, I think you're supposed to like be able to, on a different route, you can get Ravenous and like reclass her to White Knight and then go full like 3 White Knights. That's awesome. I love that. I didn't do that. I will say I did have one favorite unit build, by far. It's like a pretty standard unit build, but I liked it a lot. And that's the Aricel build. I've talked about this a decent amount. Aricel is not a good unit. Like, she's not supposed to be a great unit or anything. She's, like, mid-tier at best. But I used her a lot because I really, really liked Eagle Eye. Warrior has a version of that for non-ranged, but non-ranged. You're not supposed to be doing things non-ranged, especially not status effects. It's extremely useful to be able to have Eagle Eye, get 3 archers all with bolter bows. So what I did is like Canopus, Aricel, and then my Beastmaster Cloud 2.0. And all of them get bolter bows, and I can like shut down an army of mages instantly. Because all 3 of them get like, if Eagle Eye procs, then all 3 of them get to shut down 1 mage. And that mage stays down for 3 turns, which is just insanely useful. So yeah, and like by that point you've gotten up to the mage and you've killed them because mages are weak. I'm kidding, I love mages. But yeah. Oh, what about the side kiting? Yeah, I love my side kiting. That's true. Okay, so the other thing is, if you have, frick, is it Phalanx or Rampart Aura? Goddamn, whatever. The one that gives you like the 2 blocks on the side. The one that would be called Obstruct in Fire Emblem. That skill, if you stand sideways while facing an enemy that can only move the same number of spaces you can stop them from attacking you for 1 turn. Rampart Aura is what I'm thinking of, thank you, okay. Yeah, as I said, I get that confused a lot because Triangle Strategy's Rampart Aura is a skill that decreases your damage percentage for the characters around you, and it's on Flanagan. Good character. Type. Okay, but anyways, yeah, I like that too. That's not really a build though, is it? Side kiting is just a move. Like, you can do that with a normal knight. Yeah, I really liked the Eagle Eye thing purely because I could like combo that with blowguns. So if I have like a Petrify blow dart or a Charm blow dart, super useful for like the middle levels. Kind of falls off by endgame because then everything has like effects. You can start implying like breach with stuff, so yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Like my little mid-tier unit build. I do think I did a lot of this game with strategy and less with unit builds. Because unit builds require a lot of like in-game knowledge. That was something I really did not want to look up and something I was kind of more fit to learn as I go through. Yeah, I could have looked up more things, that's true. But I think for me, it ruins the game, and I like kind of just making up these things on the fly. So yeah, by the way, what are your favorite unit builds? Anyone got some good unit builds that they really like? I will say that in general, like, I think there were so many good options out there, and I just didn't have time to explain and, like, find them. The other thing, though, that I don't necessarily think was... Oh, I forgot to include this. I guess we're going back to discussion about the game. We didn't even finish. I said I was done, and then I wasn't. Okay, here, let's make this a little smaller. Give me a second. Bam. Yeah, one thing I think could have been really cool with this game that I really appreciate about Fire Emblem, obviously Triangle Strategy does not have this, so I'm not going to complain about that. But in general, skills. There's no skill inheritance in this game. Skill inheritance. Yeah, that's what I really mean when I say, like, player builds. I don't think the game has the ability to do that, except with Denim. And that's the thing, right? I didn't have Lord Denim. So there's no way to, like, make a good unit build, if you know what I mean. When I think of a unit build, right, I'm thinking, like... So, for example, like, one of my favorite unit builds of all time is from Fire Emblem Fates, which is definitely not one of my favorite games. But in Fire Emblem Fates, you're allowed to, basically, in most of the Fire Emblem games, you're allowed to take any skill from a class and learn it, and then that character can continue to use it for, like, the rest of everything, right? And Tactics Ogre doesn't really get to do that because there's just so many characters. And if you had, like, characters get locked to skills and all that, it would take forever to grind anyone. So I'm glad that they removed that. But I will say, you have, then in that game, the ability to take a knight, like a really buff knight, and then reclass them into something called Mechanics. And then you go through Mechanic for like a few levels and you get this skill called Replicate. So now you have like a really buff armor knight who's like extremely good at tanking, and you have 2 of them, because Replicate lets you make a second copy of the character. And it's so freaking OP, it's amazing. So I had Effie in that game. She was essentially 2 units in one, and like the best unit in the game. It was so cool. Yeah, things like that I really, really enjoyed. Like combinations of skills that like you'd never think would work together, but they work so well. Like that sort of stuff. Sometimes it's game breaking, honestly, but like in many cases it's not. I do think that like it would have been cool if I could do any of that. I'm sure Denim can, but I didn't have Lord Denim, so eh. Really like Rune Fencers with the hat skill. Ayy. This is why my Denim was the hat guy until the end. Actually, he had a headband. He didn't have a hat. You had a battery mage just casting MP charge onto Denim for crazy finishers. Ah, what I did instead, okay, I guess that does count as a unit build. I said earlier, I was like, yeah, I didn't build any units. I did actually build units, I guess. I'm thinking of something different when I think of building units. What I did instead was, I kept Denim as a Rune Fencer, and the Rune Fencer class is nice because you get to keep your MP gain. So like every now and then, Denim was proccing MP gain, and then he could just kind of MP charge himself for free. The skill activation cards are just like, they're so cool. They're so random though. They're so freaking random. Here, I'm gonna add that in here. Skill inheritance. Want more. And then random skills. So random. Want less random. Oops, random, there you go. You can do that in Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh, do you mean like reclass things? Do you mean reclass things? I would assume so, yeah. I think like FFT seems to be a little like a cross between, actually probably further along the scale between Tactics Ogre and Fire Emblem. That's interesting. Maybe I'll do that. Not sure if this counts, but you like giving Terra Knight a breach weapon, which Fearful Impact inflicts with 100% accuracy. Wait, it does? Wait, as in like if you put Fearful Impact, if you get Fearful Impact, then it also guarantees that breach affects the enemy? What? That's a bug. Like that's not even. That's so good though. What? I had no idea. Wait, I would have definitely used a Terra Knight then. That's like the equivalent of Eagle Eye. God damn it. Okay, you know what? I don't even. So I think the other thing about this game that I didn't quite necessarily appreciate is the fact that sometimes it's a little obtuse. Doesn't really tell you things. Some things are very unintuitive. Here. A little bit unintuitive skill descriptions. Descriptions? I don't know. If you have to go to a wiki. I mean, maybe you don't. Maybe it's actually told to you somewhere in the game. I can't really complain about that, I guess. Maybe it was told to us. I'm not sure. Here. Alright, yeah. Alright, that's all I've got. I'm totally done. I was supposed to end at 7. I went like 30 minutes over time. So conclusion, final conclusion. And I'll just let the video play here. Or here, wait, let me just go over my little here. Okay, quick recap of the end first, and then conclusion. Yeah, in terms of customizability, it was so cool having all these options. I'm actually gonna switch this around now that I think about it. Tio and Effie are both different. They have different types of customizability. In Tactics Ogre, you customize what units you choose to use all the time, and then you can customize them by class. In Fire Emblem, you get to customize your units in many different ways, like you can reclass them and get skills on different people, but you don't have as many options. And then both of them obviously have more customizability than Triangle Strategy, because the point of Triangle Strategy is not that you customize the units, it's that you pick which units you're bringing to each map and you make sure you made a good choice there. Okay, I do think that Tactics Ogre was kind of hard to pick up. I think that Tactics Ogre really needed a bunch of quality of life improvements. I think the art was really good for all 3 of these types of games. Fire Emblem is a whole series, I've played a good number of them. Music, same thing. I think they're pretty good for all of them. I will say that maybe even Fire Emblem wins on like the music front. Yeah, on a rethink, Fire Emblem has really good music. I'll give it that. Especially since they go out and like use a motif multiple times. I love that sort of thing. But not by much. The music was good. In terms of skills, I would have liked more unit movement. I would have liked a good amount of skill inheritance would have been cool, but there were already so many options, maybe it would have made the game a little bit too much. All random activation skills were I wish they were a little less random. I hated having to rely on my mages to activate their little MP gain skill in order to actually use them. That sucked. Like, for example, like Triangle Strategy, right? You still have to wait 2 turns to get mages, but you can control that, so you have to plan strategies around it. In this game, there's no way to plan in the future because you have no idea what's going to happen next, and that makes for a less tactical game. You're kind of just reacting in the moment versus like proactively planning. Also, some skill descriptions and stuff were a little unintuitive. The cards, the whole like, thing about them, they're fake difficulty, but like, I guess it's fair that it forces non-turtling. You can make some pretty cool builds with them, and that is controllable to some extent, so I like that. The fact that bosses have 4 cards makes the battle a lot easier, actually, because it turns out that you can remove some of them sometimes. I think we did that to Zabos. We, like, made him stand on a card that he didn't need or something. Maybe for Leonard, too. I don't actually remember for sure. Green cards would have been nicer to have after battle instead of making it a priority during the battle, because I'm kind of not down to, like, just walk around the battlefield picking up green cards. It takes so much time, and they're minimal stat gains. I think if some improvements to the card system would be, it should be a little less random, and there should be, like, some non-random ways to affect cards. Like, not necessarily more red cards, although I agree that that's totally a good solution, too. Like, maybe some more red cards on the field, and then also some skills that affect cards in some way. And obviously, since this is a remake, they didn't really think about cards when they were making the skills. They couldn't really add more classes that do that, but I think they should have. I think that would have made the game a little better. Okay, conclusion. In general, let's just leave this going. In general. Oh, that's not right. Hold on. There. Oh, hey. what a perfect little scene to end this on. But yeah, so freaking Ronway, god damn it. Here, I'm gonna at least Lancelot is here. We'll let Lancelot talk about knighthood as we end this. But yeah, as we finally come to the conclusion of this good old retrospective, thanks so much for stopping by on this journey. It was such a fun journey. I really loved this game. I know I spent a good amount of time talking about things that the game could have done better, but the reason I do that is because I love the game and I want to see it do better. Like, in general, it's so cool. So, like, I wish that this game had had a few more quality of life improvements. I wish it was a little less grindy, but the story that it told was amazing. I love the fact that the characters are moving off on their own world and that all of them have hidden backstories, and holy shit, there's so much lore. I love that. I'm down for lore. I'm all the way down for lore. Gameplay was also pretty stellar. I did not expect this level of gameplay on a game that's essentially very pretty old. So, hey, I liked it. It was quite good. And yeah, I would love to play more of this series in the future. Maybe Knights of Lotus, I guess. I was really into the Knights of... not Lotus. I was into the Knights of Zenobia. If we can get the Zenobian Knights in there somewhere, that would be great. I think they're in Knights of Lotus. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I guess we'll see as we go on. It's definitely on my list, though. So, we'll see. And yeah, that's about all. It was such a nice game. I loved playing it. I would maybe even play this game again because, hey, there's a whole bunch of more routes that I'm missing. You saw how many characters there I didn't actually get to experience? Like, holy shit, I'm missing out. I want to see all of their backstories. I wish I could. But yeah. So yeah, thank you so much. If you're currently watching this, by the way, and you haven't given me any type of follow or support or whatever you feel like, yeah, do feel like doing that, go for it. I've also got a Discord. It's right here. Yeah, I think most of you know that this is there, but yeah, if you want to join the Discord, it's there. And last but not least, I will be playing Octopath Traveler 2 tomorrow and the next days afterwards. The next tactics game on my list is Fire Emblem Engage. I am a huge fan of the Fire Emblem series. I have played nearly every Fire Emblem game. So when all of those references show up, I am going to be screaming. It's going to be great. I did play the first 4 chapters already on maddening difficulty. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I didn't think it would be good when I went into it, but I really loved it. Played maddening difficulty for the first 4. I did not lose a single unit. I also didn't have to go back in time, so hey, heck yeah, top tier strategies for the win. Yeah, it was fun. I don't know if I'll stick to maddening. Fire Emblem is a game that really depends on background knowledge, even more so than Tactics Ogre, I'd say. So I reserve the right to decrease the difficulty or let units die as I feel like, but we'll see when I play the game. And you know me. I'm all here for the strategy. So if I can think of a way around it, I'm gonna do it. Alright, yeah, stick around for that, and yeah, more Octopath. Actually, we're near the final battle for pretty much every route. Actually, wait, we're on the final battle for pretty much every route. I think the next thing I have to do is the final cities, because I think I just did the last 3 chapters before their finals. Yeah, Hikari, Temenos, yep, we're ready. Alright. So I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be on Wednesday, 5 p.m. PT. I usually stream weekdays, 5 p.m. PT, so I'll see you then. Oh wait, I might be busy tomorrow, actually. Never mind. Friday, 4 p.m. PT is the next time then, I think. Yeah, join the Discord. I'll post my updates there. All right, thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by. I do love it when people show up to my retrospective, so I really appreciate it. And I will be going off now. Who can we raid? Nobody I know is streaming. Very sad. Okay. Any requests for people to raid? Any requests? If not, we're just gonna leave. Okay. We'll leave with this. Wait. We'll leave with this. Is that it? Yeah! This was it! This was the moment we got our name. Welcome to the Linfantry, folks. And I'll see you later. Bye!